What's up, everybody? Welcome back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Roots. Back with the Carter, Sam, Jared.
We're back.
Squad.
What a combo.
What a combination it is, indeed.
Yeah.
We're drinking Faygo today.
It sounds French.
As men of
for
cultures.
the Olympics.
I have always steered away from Faygo just because it was always like the off-brand.
Yeah.
Just in general for everything.
Too low life for you.
Yeah, at the time. But,
Takes me back to my roots.
Test it.
excellent.
Hey, we should remind them that we're not trying to talk over each other.
Oh, yeah.
You can
So
cut that out.
everybody try not to talk over each other best you can.
All right.
We can interject. You can interject, but like if Carter and I are having a conversation, you guys don't start a conversation on your own.
I promise you, it's going to happen.
It will happen.
You guys got to watch it. I might have to put a big pillow wall
glad
between
you-
you guys.
No.
Us too. That's Jared's fault.
We
I'm
don't
glad you
talk.
split Carter and I up.
It's not going to help.
Yeah.
That would have.
They did that. I didn't choose
We
that.
did do a lot of that.
I want to change it up
I was going to put Sam over there, but then he hopped in here. So
because now I got the foot warmer.
that's true. It's one of those white
Salt.
Himalayan Himalayan
I've
salt.
never seen one of those as a foot warmer. It's very white girl of you. It's very demure.
Abby got it for Steven. So
Thank you, Abby.
That's heavy. Is it heavy? It looks heavy.
No.
It's either heavy.
Jeez.
you know what? Hey, you know
Don't
what
break it.
that voice reminds me of? Did you see the guy doing the no poop July?
What?
It's not legit. There's no way.
Yeah.
But it would just be him with his like, shaky camera. It's like on top of the toilet. He's like, day 32 of no poop July, and it flips around. He's like, and it's like all of his veins are popping out.
That sounds disgusting. What's the longest you guys have ever gone without pooping? I feel like that's a good place to start.
Probably like a 2-day camping trip.
You don't poop when you go camping?
No.
I mean,
Sometimes
I've never
you just
pooped
gotta
in the
dig a
woods.
hole, you know?
Never
Oh,
done that.
no. Yeah, I've done it.
I've
I've never used a leaf, though.
I've used the leaf. Well, at the Grand Tetons, when we went to the Grand Tetons, I was watching you guys swim while I was pooping. It was really cool.
That's weird.
Yeah. No, it's not. I guess it's a little odd.
A lot.
There was
was a
I
big
think it was
pile.
Shane Black was telling me that you can do this. I think it's like a 4-day trip down the Colorado River, which is the river that goes through the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But you raft through it, and you have like a group of like 20 people, and you have like 2 overnight stops that you do, and each one they have like tables set up with all this food, and then you sleep out on a cot under the sky, and then there's like one toilet, and it's off, from the campsite, but it's like nestled up next to the cliff, and you just poop with like a open view of the river.
I love that.
That sounds amazing.
That would be awesome.
I'm not gonna lie though, I'm scared to poop in the woods. I've never done it, and I hope I don't have to.
At night is the worst.
Oh,
like,
no.
dude, it's dark out. You're in bed, like you're in your hammock or your tent, and you're just like chilling. And you're like, I can't make it
And you're
to the
fully
morning.
exposed in the dark.
Oh, you go out there, like dig a little hole, and you're just here's the thing: you have to surrender. Like
you
you just
lean-
surrender yourself. You just surrender yourself to nature and just say, whatever happens, happens. You know,
That's terrifying.
I'm gonna do this. Yeah, it's
That's
Do
not
you
fun
lean
at
up
all.
against a tree or do you
Wait,
just...
you said
No,
you've never used
you
a
just squat,
leaf.
man.
You said you've never used
I
a
brought
leaf.
toilet paper when I went. I'm
he
not
just
a
didn't wipe,
savage.
bro.
I was like,
I'm
you're
not a
just air
savage.
drying? What are you doing? That's gross. A little shake and wiggle.
The air dry, that's next level.
That's disgusting.
Okay, wait. You know what? That reminds me. I think I need to do a general PSA on what to do if a toilet clogs. Because I've
I
learned.
saw your
Please
plunger
do.
in there. That looks crazy.
Yeah, it's serious.
Yeah.
What?
What's his plunger
going
look like?
down.
Yeah, I wanna
I
see it
can't
now.
even explain it.
It's ironic though, because ever since I got a bidet, I don't plug it as much. So
How does that change?
it was mostly a paper problem. Because sometimes it's just like it
fair.
doesn't stop, and you've gone through half a roll, and it's like I'm still not clean.
Like
Yeah.
wiping a marker.
Exactly. Yeah. But here's what you do. Okay, this is
Okay.
especially true. So first of all, if you're somebody who's prone to this happening to you, and you're at like a friend's house or in public, before you go, check to see if there's a plunger. Also, look around underneath the toilet. There's a hose that runs into the wall. Where it runs into the wall, there's a spigot, like a knob.
Yeah.
And make sure that they have that too. If they have one or both of those things, this is what you're going to use if it happens.
This is what you're going to use.
It's important that you know your tools before
Yeah.
crap goes down, pun intended.
Yeah.
That was good.
Thank you. So, if the water starts to rise, number one, you want to turn that spigot to the right until it stops turning. Because with that,
Shut off the water.
that shuts off the water so
Yeah.
that it can't fill up anymore. So the
Yeah.
water will stop. Now you have some time to figure out plan B. Obviously, if there's a plunger,
Can you imagine getting down right next to the bowl as it's filling up, and you're just like,
Dude,
That's me,
Your
like-
face is like right next to
That
it.
should be an Olympic sport.
that's me regularly.
That's awful.
But
How many times does this happen?
no,
to you?
it's
How many
not. It's not
times have you
regular.
assessed the toilet like this?
He's
You're just
good. He's
does it
got
have
the
the valve.
Because I've looked before and there's no valve, and then you're screwed.
Yeah, it's sketchy.
So, but once you turn off the water, now you have a moment. Okay, if they have a plunger at this point, you're gonna plunge it. Now, there's a high profile way to plunge, and there's a low profile way. High profile is you just boom, 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 and you
Yeah.
just go for it. But you're gonna splash water everywhere. It's gonna be messy. So what I like to do is I like to slowly put it in
on an angle to let the air bubbles out. You know?
Yeah. Angle to
he's
let the
got it.
air bubble out. Because you're not shoving air down the pipe, you're shoving water down the pipe. So you don't need air.
Right,
exactly.
right.
So then you get it down there all the way up against the hole of the toilet, and then you just do a bunch of
Yeah,
little
that's
plunges.
the one I use.
You don't do big plunges. You do little plunges in rapid succession until the water goes down. You just keep going. You don't need to flush it again. You just have to wait for the water to go down. Now, if they don't have a plunger, you can use a toilet bowl brush.
Yeah.
This was a lifesaver
I've
that I
done
didn't
that.
know about.
Bro,
Just use it like you would a plunger. You put it in and you use it to shove more water down the pipe.
I have one question. What do you do with it afterwards? Because
Shower.
like
No,
what
no,
if
no,
the
you
shower-
gotta-
the
you
brush?
rinse it off
You
in
have
the
to clean the
shower?
brush.
You shake it in there.
It's hard to,
Well, it depends how bad the plug is.
Y'all be
Right.
pooping.
If the plug happens, if the plug,
we just lost all our listeners.
no, all the male listeners are zoned in right now. They're
yeah,
locked
you're right.
in.
You're right. You're right.
But if the plug is down the pipe,
Uh-huh.
then you don't really have to clean the brush much because you're just pushing water down. It's usually not all that messy.
Okay, that's fair.
But if it's not,
if it's like jammed up into the hole, I've never actually had that happen. That's you're on your own.
That's what I was like.
Let me know how that
sounds like
goes.
a
you
bad
use
idea.
the other end of the brush to pierce a channel.
Ew.
Pierce.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So anyway, that's what
it.
you do, and then just make sure you turn the water back on, and
Yeah,
your
don't-
host will
don't
have
forget that.
no idea. Generally.
That's amazing. I need
So
a
there you go.
PDF.
Are you guys more public poopers, or do you save your poop throughout the day for when you get home in your own privacy, in your own humble abode?
Yeah.
Like, do you guys poop at work?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
I
I have to.
I've gotten better. I generally have poop stage fright.
Me too. I used to. I'm doing really good.
Are you
I was in a
getting
dark
better?
place for a while. I'm pooping at work again though. We're good.
Well done.
Yeah, bro.
Because that's difficult. That's
It's very difficult, especially
know-
when people are knocking. I hate that so much.
Oh, that turns
dude.
up
The
the
second
pressure.
and main bathrooms have gotten busy. Like I'll walk over there and
Maybe
there's
poop
people
I always
coming in
have to
off the
wait.
street and they're just standing there waiting.
Oh yeah, dude. They all know.
Always have to wait for those.
Yeah, but as soon as I knock, I have to start all the way over, and it's.
But they're nice
obnoxious.
bathrooms though. Like
Oh,
They're
yeah.
very nice bathrooms,
Top
nice and
notch.
private.
Oh, and then another tip too. This is poopery, but for peasants. If they have air freshener before you go, spray it in the bowl.
In the bowl.
And then if you really
You
want to
have,
make
like,
sure,
real like survival like tactics, bro. You're actually. I'm taking notes. So I hope
write
you
a
know.
blog.
as I learned this from I can't remember where I learned this from. I think it was actually Chris Pratt in like an awards acceptance speech. He said this, which is wild.
What?
I remember that one.
But if you want to eliminate the smell as much as possible, first of all, spray the air freshener. But then to be safe, as soon as the poop hits the water, flush.
Yeah.
Because the longer
Well, that
it
was
sits
great
in
with
there,
the trailer.
true.
Trailer toilets, you had a little pedal, so you just like control. You just opened the gate and closed it.
The
So you
air
could
would
just,
come
like,
back
drop,
up, though.
Boom,
There you
gone right away.
dude.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
The air would come up through the toilet though.
You
'cause
guys
it was a
lay
hole.
toilet paper on the seat, or you just wipe it down, or are you squatting over the seat?
I just do a quick scan of the seat before I sit down. If there's liquid on it, then I try to find another toilet. But if I have to, then I wipe it down.
I just thought of a really good story. So we lived in an RV. For those who don't know, I lived in an RV with my 3 other siblings for 4 years. Not my oldest brother the entire 4 years, but one day whenever we got to a camping site, because it takes like an hour to like plug everything in and put all like the water hoses into the right connections and stuff like that. And we were in a hurry one night, and I guess it was my dad or one of us who plugged in the water pressure to the toilet wrong. So whenever you would flush, the water would come shooting through the toilet. And the first one who used the bathroom was Caleb, my little brother. So we hear him flush. And we hear him scream really loud. And he comes out and his pants are like barely up because he felt really violated and like it got attacked. He's like, all I did was flush. He looked at it, he was about to cry. It was really,
So it was
really funny.
an involuntary bidet experience. is what
Basically, and it was like pressure filled too. I can't remember how it happened, but yeah, it went.
Oh, dude.
gosh.
Yeah. That was one of the funniest moments in my life. I just forgot about that.
Does anyone have some good news from last time we did a podcast?
happened. Good news.
Oh, I do.
I do too.
Okay,
But
wanna
you go
first?
yours is better. Yours is
Is
legit.
it? Oh, then-
yeah, yours
okay.
What do you mean is it?
Yeah, I didn't know. Maybe you also got engaged.
Did you save a puppy?
Did you save a puppy?
No, I'm asking if you did.
No. I guess that's the only thing that would be better than getting engaged.
I got engaged.
Yeah.
How'd you
We
do
did
it?
Dude, it was awesome. South Bend, coffee shop I used to work at called Sway. I don't remember. I told all of you different parts of it, I think. So I'll just tell the whole story, right? So I got a hold of the lady. Okay, so here's the thing. I worked at the coffee shop while we started dating, like when we started dating. And then it actually, so I stopped working there and then the coffee shop shut down. Not connected in any way. So it shut down. We were really sad. Mia and I were really sad because we loved going on dates there. And so I was like, man, what if I could just get one more date in there? And so like 2 days before I was set to propose, because I had the date set. I told everyone that I was proposing on that day. And then I was like, what should I do for the plan? Because I had a different plan and it didn't work. But
You had a legit plan. You were going to take like a private
Yeah, I was
plane
gonna-
to
I was-
Wisconsin.
was
that still-
I still called my friend with that, and he was like, I would have done it, man. But I called him like that week, so he was like, I just couldn't. He had training, flight training for something else, so it would have been cool. But this was actually, I think, better because it was like more sentimental and stuff. And yeah, so I got a hold of the lady. I found this lady's number on like a random website. I had to look through like 3 different websites. Found the owner of the building that used to be the coffee shop I worked at. I got a hold of her, called her, left her a message, sent her a text, sent her another text, all this stuff. And it was like 3 days before. And so I was like, this is not going to work. And I was just like panicking. I was like, hope this works.
And you were on a time crunch because she's going.
Oh, yeah, right.
Mia's going back to school like the following week, right?
Well, no. So she was going on family vacation for a week, and then like 1 week in between that, which right now, so she has like one last week before she goes back to school. But we wanted to plan some stuff like we did today, like wanted to plan a bunch for the wedding before she's like in full-time school. So I was like, this is the only day that works. Her parents are there, everybody can be there, and so the day was set. Like I told everybody already. So I was like not gonna like call her parents and be like, actually, no. So we had it all set up. I called the lady, did all that. She didn't get back to me, so I was freaking out. And then she calls me back just like randomly in that evening, and she was like, I can do it. We can do it. And she's like the type of lady that had no emotion, not like no emotion in like a bad way, but like she was business. So she was like, I can get you in at this time. And then she was like, I'm glad I can help. And then we hung out, and I was like, this is awesome. Nice. It was so cool. And so she was like, yeah, let's do it. So we got into the coffee shop, and basically my sister went in there and set it up all nice. And I had like specific things from our memories that I wanted in there. She loves sunflowers, so there were sunflowers in there. And then I had the coffee that I used to make her before the end of, like at the end of my shift, I would make it and I would bring it to like our movie night where we used to hang out. And so I would bring her this drink. And so I had that drink made in Mishawaka. Shout out to Embassy Coffee. You know,
Nice.
Chris got me covered. And so I had the drink, had everything there. So it was like super, super sweet, super sentimental. So we just hung out there. And then I was like, I could have proposed there, but I thought on the Riverwalk would be better because it's like also a specific spot in our relationship. We used to like walk down there a lot. A lot of our first dates also involved that. And so I was like, it was a nice little tie-in, and then it built, right? Like I was trying to build stages to it. So we did the first date at the coffee shop, and then I had this scooter lined up, right? So one of those rentable scooters. Mm-hmm. Love those things. When we went to Nashville, Mia and I rented one of those. We loved it. Like ran around the city and everything, and it was great. In South Bend, we've done it once there, and so I was like, okay, this will work. So I called Carter. I was like, Carter, I need you to like set up a scooter for me. And he was like, I'm like leaving like tomorrow morning. And I was like, oh, dang. So I got somebody else to do it and we got it set up. And then we went out there after the coffee shop part of the date. And the scooters just didn't work.
A tandem?
No, just one scooter. I know you're not supposed to do that. So sorry, bird scooters. That's what it's called.
Sorry, bird.
You had to call them out specifically. Now they know.
Bird.
Okay.
Hey, bird with your dumb rule.
They're gonna send you a fine.
It's fine. The scooter didn't work, so we didn't actually do it.
Oh
Everything's
my
fine.
goodness. What in the
So,
world?
yeah, spoiler alert. Scooter didn't work. So I pushed it for like half a mile. And I never get frustrated at that sort of stuff. Like just the little things like that. I was like, whatever, a scooter didn't work. But I'm like, I'm furious, right? I'm like ready to throw this scooter in the river. I was like so done. And so I just like left it on the side of the road and we started walking. And it was like hot out that morning. So we were like, this is not fun. I wanted the scooter to like cool off. And
Yeah.
But it was great. I mean, honestly, she was laughing the whole time because she didn't, whatever. So
Did she expect it at all?
no, so we got to the coffee shop. She convinced herself that it was not going to happen, right? So like she was thinking that it was going to be way later, or like after this next semester. She convinced herself.
Dang.
And so I was like, because I got to her house and she just like messy bun, kind of like hoodie on, and I was like, oh, she has no idea this is happening. Like this is just normal coffee shop, like in the morning sort of date, and I'm like kind of trying to look nice, I got whatever, but yeah, it was great. So she didn't notice until we went on the river walk, and then she was like, is this what's happening? And then she saw, so on the dock there, like there's like a little dock that's kind of rickety, but it was cool. So anyway, we got out there. I had a little space set up, flowers and everything there, and so it was awesome. And then went out there, and then, so at that point she knew, right? And then I read a journal entry from like I read a journal
What to
entry
say?
from you want to no. It basically said like it was from 2 years ago, like before we were even dating, and I was like, man, I would ask her to marry me now if I could, but I will have to be patient and wait. So that, and I wrote it in that spot, so it was cool. It was like
Whoa,
it was like a
that's pretty
throwback.
good.
So you
Good
knew
job.
like super early on, like before you because
Yeah.
you made that journal entry before you were even dating.
Yeah, we weren't officially dating. Like we were just talking a lot. I think it was after a call. We talked for like 2 hours, and I was like, if I can do that, like we were like already best friends. It was great, and so I felt, yeah, at that point I was just like, yeah. And it was interesting because like from then to now, like I could say the same thing, but it means so much more, you know. So that was cool to be able to say it again. I was like, and I wrote this not even knowing what this meant, and so that was funny. And then so I read that. We stood up. I had this Polaroid rigged. It's a Polaroid we've been taking on all our dates, and I rigged it. I basically took a blank photo and then wrote on it, "Will you marry me?" And then I like inserted it back into the camera. It was like sick.
Whoa.
So then we went to take a selfie. I was like, "Hey, let's take a photo," and she knew like we had this on all our dates, so it was really cool. And then so it just comes out and it says, "Will you marry me?" She was like, "What?" And then she took it, and then I actually got down and asked her. So
Did she
You guys-
cry?
That's
ring.
good.
Yeah,
You
it's
guys are
crazy, man.
lucky because you've already gotten married, but that sets the bar like
Yeah,
so
it
high
does.
for me.
Where did you? Yours is like.
Hold on. Pause. This camera just died.
What
Remember exactly what you were gonna say because we're just gonna jump right back in.
No, I'm not gonna say that. So you did yours in like a Chick-fil-A parking lot, right?
Chick-fil-A parking lot. I did it at a beach
I know,
on
I know.
New
I'm
Year's
just
Eve.
joking.
What a funny joke that was. I'm really glad that you said that.
That's good.
it wasn't
that
that
was
good.
really good.
You didn't know about the Polaroid yet?
No,
I don't remember how much of the story I told you guys.
that's good. Hold on, I was looking this way. Ready?
Action.
You did a really good job at that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Don't patch any of that. Just keep on it just like that.
I want to.
That was so bad.
I don't know why that camera died, but that's a beautiful story. Well
Thank you.
done. Congratulations.
Yeah. Well, we tried.
Wait, what camera?
I choked
gonna-
up when I went to propose. I was like, "Wait," and I like wasn't like expecting all the emotions. I was like,
Dude.
and I just hugged her.
Did you cry?
Wait, before you asked her, you're just like, will you?
Wait. How did it go then? Did she say yes?
That's really funny.
Yeah,
Will
because
you-
I was like reaching for my backpack. We were like sitting, and I had my backpack next to me, and I had like the pocket open, and I was like trying to find it, and I couldn't. She's like, "Are you about to propose?" And I was just looking at it. And I was like, pull my backpack up. I like ripped open. And I was like, "Will you?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like,
That's awesome. That's perfect.
And then I think I composed myself and then said, "Will you marry me?"
But she didn't cry, right?
You do have to ask.
no,
that,
I didn't
think.
cry. I just got choked up.
Did you get choked up or Mia? Which one of you cried?
I mean, a little bit. I didn't like cry, and I think she was like giddy, kind of laughing, like
yeah.
like kind of excited laughter. But that was
That's
it. Like,
so
so she didn't really cry or
crazy.
anything, but-
We gotta do a podcast on your wedding day, like right before the wedding.
Dude, that'd be
No.
That's really cool.
Wedding night.
yeah, I'll phone in.
We're gonna be. If you guys go to a hotel, we'll just set up down the hall in a different room.
Yeah.
You guys do what you're gonna do.
We can get those rooms that have like the door in
Yeah,
between.
let's just do
It's
that and
fine.
then just pop over. Actually, why don't you both just pop over? That sounds
That'd be
great.
so funny.
Yeah, that works. I like that.
so
I'll let Mia know. Yeah, that's good.
anyway,
So my good news was I went to Cedar Point.
no one cares anymore.
I think that sounds very fun.
Okay, no, this is why it was such.
Did you do the
Wait.
new dragster?
No, it wasn't open.
Oh, what?
I wouldn't have done it. But hold on. Here's why it's such a big deal.
What Cedar
for
Point?
me?
Where's the nearest Cedar Point?
There's only
Ohio.
one.
There's like.
I don't work here.
Were you thinking of Six Flags? Because I
I
feel like
have no
aren't there
idea.
multiple Six Flags?
Yeah. There's a lot.
There's only one Cedar Point
Yep.
at all?
Yep.
Oh.
The point
My
is,
mom worked there in high school.
Oh, dude, the people who worked there, they were all like foreign high school students.
Well, it's because they have dorms like off campus of the amusement park that they all live in.
One of the guys we went with was just like, everybody here has like a different accent. Do they have like these internships for like theme park people? But
That's interesting.
the reason why it was such a big deal is because I've been terrified of roller coasters since I was like 15.
Ooh.
And it was a youth group trip. It was a senior trip. Jono, the senior or the youth pastor, asked me like the week before. He's like, "Hey, you want to go to Cedar Point?" I was like, "That depends. Do you want the guys to hear me screaming profanities?" And I was like sort of serious, and he's just like, "Haha, whatever." But I ended up going, and it's like we start driving up to it. You see all the roller coasters in the distance. You can see them from a long way away because it's Ohio and
Your
everything's
hands start
flat.
sweating when you see
Dude,
them?
I was just like,
What'd you ride?
The first one I went on was the Gatekeeper, which is the first one in the park.
Yeah, that one's crazy, right?
Sort of. It's very smooth, but it's
Yeah.
like you're off on wings to the side of the track, and it's like the first drop is like you spin upside down and then drop down.
Wow.
And
My hands are sweating right now, dude. Just thinking
Wait,
about
I
it.
are we
really wanna
not-
go with you.
Are
The
none
la-
of us roller coaster people?
I love.
No.
I'll always do them, but I
Oh,
can't
okay.
help. I still get nervous.
you have to understand, the last
I'm a
time
bit of
I
a
was on a
puker.
roller coaster, I was like 15. We went on a group trip to Michigan Adventure. I went on like 2 or 3, and then I had an emotional breakdown and just cried. I'm like, and I didn't even know why I was crying. So I've never touched them since. But it's like I went on that one. It was fine. I went on a couple more, and what kind of turned me, I think, because by the end of it, I was having a good time. I actually was enjoying them. I would definitely go back and do it again.
Okay.
The guys in my youth group, somebody started doing this kind of dumb thing where you go like this with your hands. And we just stand in a circle at youth group, like before, like while we're waiting for stuff to happen.
yeah.
And we all do this, and whoever breaks it first loses. So we started doing this on the roller coasters, and we would hold it for the whole time. And the second one we went on,
It's amazing.
one of the guys in our row, he did it the whole time. I'm like, I didn't think it was possible. So the next one we went on, I did it, and I held it the entire time. I'm like, this isn't that bad. But it was a day of overcoming fears and bonding, and it was
Dude,
magical.
That's good.
that does sound magical.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
That was almost as good as proposing.
Basically.
I honestly like that story better. Though.
It was more. Yeah.
Look at this picture.
No.
It's like a broken CD
Wow.
layered on top
None
of a
the
broken
cameras are looking
CD.
at it.
Do you like? Are you a roller coaster? We should all. That'd be a lot of fun.
We
Yeah,
should
I've,
do
like,
like an
never done.
on-site podcast where we go there
coaster.
and
But we should
up
like
no, we
Mike.
just go like the amusement
drink
park.
a bunch of Sprite and eat a banana. You ever seen those? And then go on the roller coaster, see what happens. First one who breaks loses. The first one that pukes. That'd be a lot of fun.
I almost threw
I
up
hate
today.
that.
That'd
Oh.
be me first.
I was just
Why?
working out. My throat was really dry, and I did like a weird cough thing, and I felt like it.
Ooh,
and then-
gross.
Yeah, I saved it,
Do you have
though.
acid reflux?
No,
I used to call it acid reflex.
I thought that's what it is.
I did. I thought it was too. It's reflux.
Reflux?
Yeah, I don't
What
know.
is a reflux?
I have no idea. I don't like the way it is. It should just be reflex.
Yeah.
What is a reflux?
Reflux is when the stomach contents and acids back up into the esophagus.
It's specifically that. It's like there's no other use for that word.
I'm getting a little
be a
bit
reflux.
Unless,
right now because
unless you're pooping on the toilet and it has a reflux, it starts to overflow, like
Ooh.
back up. anyways, I was trying to tie it back. Let's move on. Speaking of engagements, I guess this last Olympics, which wrapped up, I think this last weekend,
dude.
had the most amount of proposals
Wow.
from any Olympics.
At like the live event, or just
I think it's just the Olympics in general, which I want to know how they were tracking.
Yeah, how are they
that.
tracking that? Is there an app?
is it like athletes? Maybe it's just like athletes proposing.
No, I think it was just like the attendance.
People.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which
Like,
is
at the Olympics.
Yeah.
Oh.
like it's Paris, so it's like
that's
the
an odd
city of
choice.
love.
Yeah.
So I guess it kind of makes sense.
Oh yeah, that tracks.
You should have done it. There.
Never been to
That's
Paris.
interesting. But okay, so breakdancing, didn't know it was in there.
Yeah, that was interesting.
But
I
it's
was
here.
Well,
no, it's actually not. It's already gone. They're
It's
already
already-
doing it.
Okay, you're right. But
What
it's
is-
like in the Olympics now.
I guess like it needs to be in the Olympics. Like a new sport needs to be in the Olympics for I think they said 4 years or 4 recurring Olympics for it to be considered an official Olympic sport. So this was like in its probation period, I think, and it didn't make it.
Yeah,
Oh.
Oh, you know,
was
it's not coming back?
that's what I was saying.
Was
Bro,
it
there's
really
so many
entertaining?
memes from it and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was it
great.
good? Was it entertaining?
It was kind of entertaining. It was like it looked
enjoyed
like
it.
they were kind of just not knowing what they're doing, and then they would do something like every now and then it looked crazy, and then when they did the slow mo, you're like, wow, they're like spinning on top of their head and
Yeah.
then going onto their shoulders and then popping up into a handstand.
I haven't watched anything
liked-
about the Olympics at all.
I liked the photos that they would take of the people when they jump, and then it was like Matrix, and like
Oh, they have all
like-
the cameras set up around the side.
Yeah,
And
that was cool.
I didn't actually watch the event, but I've seen like some highlights,
Did you watch the
especially
lady?
the Rachel Gunn, Ray Gunn.
I did not see that
There
one.
you
She's
go.
Australian.
People are saying she's the one who single-handedly got it removed from the Olympics.
She did. Did you
God,
watch
what?
it, dude?
What
it
are we
was
talking about?
Was
crazy.
it so much worse than all the other ones?
It was so bad. It looked like you were playing like charades or something, and somebody pulled a card that said like "try and break dance," and then like your mom tried to do it.
because there are some that were like pretty
Like,
legit.
She has a PhD in not. I mean, I am roasting her, but
She has a PhD
she has
in
a
sucking and
PhD.
breakdancing.
No, literally has a PhD. She has a PhD in cultural studies with a focus in cultural movement and breakdancing.
Oh no!
She has a degree in breakdancing.
Yeah, PhD.
I think the girl from Japan won.
You know,
So there's that. That's
Oy.
I'll bet you that explains it. Everybody else just breakdances because they like doing it.
Right.
But she's like, she liked it and then she learned a ton about it and then she tried to be like
'Cause she was trying
super
to
artistic with
yeah.
it. And she took it too far. People weren't on the same level.
She's really trying to
work
connect with
out.
her
Yeah,
17-year-old daughter, and she's like, "Look, I'm cool like you." And then
Is she Australian?
yeah,
Oh.
pretty good.
Crikey.
Crikey.
Yeah, she at
Ah,
one
my
point she
neck.
jumped like a kangaroo, like doing this.
She did.
Yeah, like both her hands. were like this.
Goodness.
These are just
you should throw it up on
two
the
pictures
TV.
from it. I can't. I've tried to
You
find
can't
it.
find it anymore.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's gone, dude. They took it down. They
No
were like,
way.
They were like, this is not.
Oh,
okay.
that looks awful.
Are you serious?
You can see photos of it.
Ask
but,
my
like,
buddy. He does a bunch of sketchy stuff on the internet. He can usually get me stuff. So
She did say. So this is
the
what
guy from last time.
she said this past week. So she
Which
said
guy?
this past week. She
I
said,
can't say.
I just want to start by thanking all the people who have supported me. I really appreciate the positivity, and I'm glad I was able to bring some joy into your lives.
Oh,
I didn't realize that would also open the door to so much hate,
Oh
which
my
has
goodness.
frankly been pretty devastating.
Jeez.
Which that's
Womp
rough.
womp.
Like I feel kind of bad
Yeah.
for her.
yeah.
No,
So
I
you
feel bad
get-
about what I
But you
just
know
said
what's
now.
like? You know whose fault it is? Is like the friend
Her
who
parents.
saw her do it the first time and didn't want to have a real talk with her. It's
true.
And she was like,
Very true.
"Yeah, you can do it. You can go to the Olympics, mate."
It's a fake friend right there.
And I was expecting like the comments because that quote was from an Instagram post, and I was expecting the comments to be kind of like supportive of her.
Oh no!
And
no.
it's like this one person's like, "You did so bad. They removed the event from the next Olympics. That's wild." She single-handedly destroyed the reputation of breakdancing and got it taken off the Olympics. Lady, don't blame anyone but yourself.
Oh my gosh!
You mocked your own sport with that Homer Simpson level performance.
Yeah. Cooked.
The
her.
world is having no mercy on her.
Nope.
It's wild.
It is great. I agree. Though.
I support
like,
the
somebody
hate.
just tell her. Just
Yeah.
tell her like, hey, maybe don't go to the Olympics.
Just be realistic.
You got your
Yeah.
PhD. You're
Just
super smart. Like,
enjoy it, yeah.
Let's just go that route.
Just live your life.
What do you guys think should replace breakdancing in the Olympics?
Well, you said MMA or jiu-jitsu, right? Last
I
time?
think-
I feel like that makes a lot more sense.
I think
than-
jiu-jitsu should. MMA is a far reach, but jiu-jitsu is already a pretty well-established sport.
You feel like jiu-jitsu doesn't need the Olympics, or the Olympics doesn't need jiu-jitsu.
I don't think they need either one, but I think it would build the audience. And I think it's a huge sport right now. I think And it's been growing for the last 10 years, I think. So
Or Taekwondo, dude. Or no, Muay Thai. Taekwondo is not cool.
Muay Thai
I
would be
watched
okay.
it and I wasn't.
Is there
impressed with the
sumo wrestling
Taekwondo.
in the Olympics?
No.
Have you guys ever seen
It only
sumo
comes
wrestling?
from one country.
I,
That's true.
I'd love to see some American sumo
that'd
wrestling.
be pretty cool. I feel like it'd be a lot.
I'd
not
watch
as
it.
entertaining. I'd watch it too.
That reminds me. Do you guys know the sitcom Kings of Queens?
Me and my wife have been watching that a ton.
I just
lately.
started it, but who's that main actor in
Kevin
it?
James.
Kevin James. You know how he's the big guy from Here
yeah.
Comes the Boom. I just watched an episode today, and he goes to like his wife's like a business thing, business meeting, business dinner.
Yeah.
And one of the guys who is a part of the business deal is this Japanese guy, and he's getting introduced to Kevin James's character, and he just goes, "Oh, a sumo wrestler?" I'm sitting here and I'm like, and it's like late 1990s, early 2000s.
I
I'm
have
like,
seen some of
that
this
is
stuff.
such a racist comment that would never fly now
Yeah, that would be canceled in this generation.
on multiple
I
That was
levels.
love
like
that
prime
show.
television right there. That era, though.
Kevin James is hilarious.
Okay, switching gears.
Could you stop tickling my knee with your knee hair?
I'm not doing
It's
that.
bothering me so much.
I'm not
I don't
doing
like it
that.
though, but whatever.
I just learned about this recently. So you guys are all connected to the Life Action Camp. I just learned recently that people out there have seen something. So there's the Clear Lake Monster.
I'm getting deja vu right now, which is even more scary.
That's sketchy. So there's the Clear Lake Monster, which is total BS. It's basically like the Loch Ness Monster, but in Clear Lake. That's total BS. Everybody knows that.
Everybody
That's
knows
just you just made it up for fun. It's
maybe.
not even that
But
original.
maybe.
But there's this thing. So I was talking to Macy
Okay.
about this. She's the one who told me, and she said she was out walking one night with one of her friends, and she saw something move. So they were by the soccer fields, and she saw something move from the soccer fields to the woods, kind of behind the base camp building. But she said it went from like boom, boom, like that, and it was walking on two legs. It was too tall to be a human. It was
it
kind of like
running,
hunched
or it
over.
just teleported?
She didn't say. Well, it moved from like
Okay.
right to left, sort of thing. But like skinny legs, too tall to be a human, kind of hunched over, boom to boom. Her friend saw it too, and apparently, and I'm gonna start asking around.
That
Apparently, there's a bunch of
that could
people.
be one of the team member dudes just having a bad night. Or
Apparently, there's a bunch of people at the camp who have seen the same thing, and they're not like it's not like a web of conspiracy. Like these people are unconnected from each other. They don't talk about it with each other, but it's consistent. Have you heard of this at all?
No, but I feel like
Sorry.
Wait a minute, Sam. Is it you? Is it you? You're pretty tall.
you got me. No, I
I was
definitely
waiting
feel
for
though.
Sam to be like, "It was me."
No, I was gonna say two things. Number one, I feel like I've definitely had some really weird experiences out there that I've blocked from my mind and can't quite remember. But I know I've like psyched myself out in the woods before.
Yeah.
Which
And
is
then another
just
time
the shadow
when Carter and I
demons.
were kids there, he had a gorilla mask, and it was late at night, and we were going around with the gorilla mask and running up to people.
Oh yeah.
And
Some
no one
dad
really,
yelled
like,
at me that
reacted.
night. No, I was playing it. I had it during. I know what you're talking about, but I used to do that a lot. I had a lot of different masks. I had this alien mask that looked kind of like a Scream mask. I was pretty. I was a troubled little kid, I think. But whenever, what was the game they played in the middle of the night?
Yeah.
Everybody
Smuggler.
Smuggler or
Smuggler.
something. Yeah, in the middle, I wore that, and I didn't want to play because it was just not athletic. I just wanted to walk around, and the dad got really mad at me that I was wearing it.
That's pretty
I
fun.
didn't really stop.
I think I remember that.
They had
Like,
the.
I actually remember.
maybe. I don't
Who were the
know.
other guys that they added into Smuggler that could just like go around and tag people, like the wardens or something like that?
I can't remember.
I remember someone
Yeah.
was that, and they
Yeah.
were coming after a group of us, and I just like knelt and screamed because I was like, if I just played super easy, then they wouldn't go for me and tag me, and they like ran past me, and I was like, that worked.
That's a really good.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's pretty good.
I want to get my hypnotist
Submissive of
friend.
you. Your hypnotist friend.
I want to get my
continue?
hypnotist friend with you
Try to
to
go
do
back in
some
there.
like regression to see if we can uncover those
Yeah.
memories. Because I feel like
Yeah, why you
all
have
have
them
memories
out?
like
I
that.
No, I'm pretty sure I remember one time I was walking in the woods, and I thought I saw like a statue head laying sideways, like off, like a giant one that you see like in Malaysia, like one of those.
Like how big are you
like,
talking?
I think it was pretty big.
Like how big is pretty big? Like a car?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was like way off.
He said you think you saw head of a statue as big as a car.
Like a woman's, head.
Oh, what?
Like, you know, like how they have like the
crazy.
temple, like
Yeah.
I probably just saw a movie that night or something. But I think I was in there with
I
Carter.
think someone roofied you or
maybe.
something.
I don't know.
So wait, you just saw it and then like didn't think anything of it, or like you
No,
saw
I
it
was
and it
freaked
disappeared?
out.
Did it disappear? Did you run away? Like
I think I couldn't see it again, or I ran away and I looked back and I didn't see it.
What are we talking about? How cool would it be if we collectively, as a 4-piece here, like would go to live action, and, like become folklore? Like, what if we were
would
the
be
one
cool.
like terrorizing them and hiding stuff and like creeping out? You know what I mean? Like crawling on all fours.
And
in the middle of the
then-
night.
Carter, you can
But
do
and
this
then,
sometimes.
like,
That'd be so fun.
At the end of
dude.
the movie, when we get busted, we're like, oh, we got busted, and then we're leaving the camp, and then we run into the real thing, and then like we actually experience that it's there, but then no one knows because I think that's
That's
just
a
us, so then they're
Scooby-Doo
never gonna
twist
believe
right
us.
there.
so, I have a conspiracy that Graham and I cooked up, and it's you know Del Senior,
Nope.
the guy who.
Yeah.
So there's Del.
My grandpa-in-law.
Del Fazenfeld.
Oh yeah.
His dad is the one
Yeah.
who started Life Action.
Okay.
He supposedly died of brain cancer.
Supposedly.
Decades ago.
All right.
So, yeah. Why'd you say supposedly? Okay. Continue.
Graham and I have this theory that he never died. He's living in a bunker out at camp underground somewhere.
Yeah.
And Dan Puckett is the only one who knows. And Dan is the one running him food and stuff. And this is why Dan never retires. They keep saying he's going to retire, but he hasn't
I
retired.
have something to take care of.
Yeah.
Does he let him out at night?
Maybe.
Maybe that's what Macy saw. Maybe he's not doing-
Maybe Del Senior's just really, really bored and he's like putting statue heads places and stuff.
Maybe, dude.
This is awful. Kari is not gonna be mad about us talking about.
Kyra will skip this part.
Yeah, good job.
Does Karia listen to this
Yeah, we listened to the last one. Do you like it?
together?
No,
I
but
mean, I
there's
don't
no
know
way.
if
We're
you- yeah,
37
together.
minutes into this. We haven't.
We listened to the whole thing when we
haven't
were
re-
working out.
Oh, really?
How did you know we were 37
I didn't-
minutes in?
I'm
There's a clock
seriously.
right down
I'm
there.
seriously guesstimating.
It was 38 minutes, 7 seconds.
That's really close.
I'm really good with time.
That's
for
wild.
I was here on time, bro. I'm watching my clock. I got an internal clock
Is
in
that
my
still
brain.
still recording?
It's still beeping.
Okay, cool.
Not beeping.
All right,
We
what
all
else
just
we got on the
blinking.
list?
We all just talked over each
You
other.
guys have a list too.
Okay, how do you edit
Yeah, yeah,
podcasts?
wait, wait.
Because I actually had to do this
yeah.
this week, and I want to like talk about the technicalities. So
I was
when
going to talk
you-
about amphibians next, but go ahead.
Carter, you took a 3-hour nap, but you could go ahead and snooze for a minute because I feel like honestly, both you and Jared, because you're not in this world really.
I got a piece up.
Go ahead.
No pee. Don't clog the toilet.
All right, so you're
Chunky pee.
Are you're recording onto there?
Yeah,
Is
so-
it multi-channel?
Yeah, so I record the audio into a Zoom H6 audio recorder, which has 4 XLR inputs. So all the mics run in, recorded to separate channels.
So when you drop it to DaVinci,
Each
you got,
channel
you got
separate?
4 layers.
Because if you
I don't know what we're talking about.
that's important though. So yeah, you pull it into
Yeah,
DaVinci,
yeah.
and actually, if you want to get really technical,
Yeah.
it mixes channel 1 and 2 into a stereo track.
Okay.
So when you pull it into DaVinci, it's one track, but if you just split it,
Yeah.
you know how to do that.
Yeah.
So
That
it's
it.
essentially.
And then are you cutting out the silent parts from the other mics? Are you running a compressor or a gate, or are you just like do the mics do good enough on their own?
I always do. No, it's definitely not the mics on their own. I always do 2 things. I always EQ and compress. I've started doing gate. So what I do is I compress first because the compression can affect the EQ of the audio.
Yeah.
So I compress first, get it to an even volume, and then I EQ. And then I'll usually put a gate on it too.
Do you do any of like the voice isolator or leveler AI stuff?
No, because it's not like that's for more simple like one track.
Yeah.
Like if you were recording a talking head, you could probably do it and it would work. But yeah, I'll throw a gate on it too, and that generally does a pretty good job.
What decibel range do you shoot for?
I don't know what all the things mean on the, on the gate. We'll switch when.
No, but when you're watching
Tim
like
gets
the
back.
playback, like and you got the things.
If it's like
-5.
-5 to -15.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then do you do any cutting? Or is
yeah.
it pretty much
so
you just drop it
I
in?
pull all of the camera angles in
Yeah.
as a multicam.
Yeah.
And then it's actually
But
a
like, you're not
huge-
cutting anything out though, right?
No, I cut some stuff out.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, and like I'll go in and cut out sometimes the other mics when we're not talking.
Okay. So you will do that.
Yeah, but it takes so much time. I just try to rely on the gate.
does.
So
I spent a whole day
We
on
heard
one.
you pee.
do you use? Okay, so Premiere, there's a plugin called AutoPod.
But you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you also have to pay for Premiere, so it's not really worth it.
Yeah, it's not.
But if you have that already, the plugin's like $10 a month, and it saves quite a bit of time.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's
because
too
I was going
much.
through and I was like, I don't want to like have to cut out the audio from when the other person isn't talking.
Right.
So we did a gate, but I had to do that for some of the stuff.
Yeah.
So
What did you just flash to Jared?
We're gonna play pool while you guys talk about decimals and chambers and all
I think it's
that.
like because I was like looking at the Joe Rogan podcast and I was like, there's no way they're going through and like cutting out stuff. Like it feels like they just hit record.
Yeah.
And then
Well, they're like studio setup too. The SM7Bs
Yeah.
are really good at isolating. That one right there is really good at isolating, the MV7.
Yeah.
That one's horrible because it's not a compressor, so it picks up everything.
that is bad.
So I want to replace that one, but I don't have a budget for that. So
Next time we do this, I'm gonna bring my iPad and use it as a soundboard.
Do
so
it.
whenever we talk about boring stuff, I can like do it. You know, like the spot, like all this. That'd
be amazing.
Every time something gets boring, it's time to change it. I'm super bored.
Carter's got to be the guy in the back of like radio shows when you just hear him like belting out laughing and you're just like,
okay, somebody else
I
share
have a
something
mic.
from their
I have a
list.
mic like one of those.
Oh, you should
Mine,
bring
It's like a
one.
short
I've been sharing
something.
stuff from my
Yeah, you should
list.
bring
So I could use that.
Public pooper or private pooper? That was one of my questions.
Wait. Ask the amphibian one.
Oh yeah, what was that?
I wasn't like a legitimate question. I was just thinking because they were all sending, you guys were all sending like your list, and it was like about business stuff, about like techie
it was
stuff.
not legit business
Yeah,
stuff
what?
though.
Yeah, I know, but the first thing I was
Mine
like,
was.
the only question I had was like, what amphibian would you be if you could be an amphibian? And I was
What
like,
falls within
I
the
love that
amphibian?
I don't know. And then I looked it up, and I for some reason I thought a turtle was an amphibian just because they're like little slimy little dudes.
Yeah.
but they're not. They're
So what
reptiles.
is? What's an amphibian?
Like newts, lizards. Did you know there's a lizard called a
Newts?
it's an amphibian.
Yeah, okay.
And then frogs. I would be a frog probably, but
Yeah,
it's not.
tree
It's
frog.
not a good enough question.
Okay, so we got salamanders, a true frog.
There's something called a
A true frog?
There's a true frog and a true toad.
a true
Apparently, there's fakers out there.
a true. I was about to say.
There's a frog specifically called edible frog.
What?
Are they not
I
all
wonder.
Are
edible?
these
frog.
categories
I
of frogs?
wonder.
Well, poison dart frogs, you don't want to eat those.
They're
Oh,
amphibian.
The edible frog is a hybrid species of common European frog, also known as the common. Sorry, I just imagined in the middle of this, Carter does the.
there's a lizard called a hellbender.
Ooh.
Excuse me.
Fire-bellied toads, mole salamander. Whoa, this thing looks.
Mole salamander.
Ew.
He looks.
Wait, what?
Well, he's just. He's
What
like-
in the
He's
hybrid?
actually kind of cute. He's like a
Ew,
fat.
no.
He looks like a poop turd, but he's a salamander. But look at his little legs.
His legs
look
are
at his
so
little
tiny.
legs.
How
He's
does he
got-
even
Would you
move?
rather have to eat one of those a day, or every time you poop, those are the only thing that come out?
Are they alive when they come out?
Would you like that?
Are
Yeah. Because then I could sell
said-
them.
Yeah.
Dude, I could make such a profit off of that.
Yeah, that's
100%.
fair actually. You just
Plus-
retire.
What if that like halfway out they start pushing too? Like they grab you.
Wait, are they trying to get out?
There's way too many
what if they
poop
want to
jokes.
get?
great.
They want to
Oh,
get out just
oh.
as
It's gonna
much
cut my
as
pooping time in half.
I know what I'd
like
want to
this,
be.
bro.
Guys, we talk about pooping
bro.
too
Remember when
much.
we were talking about cameras and stuff, bro? This is so much better.
This is
Glad
what
I got
when you
my
lead the
soundboard out.
conversation.
What are the best? What are some really old like TV shows or movies that you guys watched as kids that looking back are like really odd? You guys ever heard of Timmy the Tooth?
No. Wait,
No?
what?
Timmy the
An
Tooth.
axolot. That's what I'd want to be.
Axolotl?
Axolotl.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, say it right, dude. Axolotl.
Oh my gosh, he's so
The
cute.
kids these days
Timmy
love
the
those
Tooth?
things.
You know, guys never watched Timmy the Tooth?
No, mine was JJ
Oh,
the
that's
jet
creepy
plane.
looking.
Yeah, it's really scary.
Oh,
That's my
scary.
fever dream now. I think he
Yeah.
shows up. That's my shadow monster.
That gives
He would
me
show the
so,
camera.
right?
That gives me
So-
Skibbity Toilet vibes, actually.
Bro.
Oh, dude.
Timmy the Tooth.
No, like Teletubbies.
What about this
That
one?
one's
Teletubbies
cemented.
was fire.
This is what I
Oh my goodness!
Have you
gracious.
seen?
Yes, I used to watch that.
Oh.
I love.
Wait, what is that
one.
called? What is that called?
JJ the jet plane.
Yeah, JJ the Jet.
It's
Plane.
basically
Oh my
like
gosh. What
is
Thomas
that?
the
Their
Train,
faces,
with
but their
planes.
faces like a bunch of chubby kids.
What about this? Did you ever watch 3-2-1 Penguins?
Yes.
This one? Yeah. Did we strike a nerve? There we go.
I never watched
That
that
was
one. I'm
that
gonna
was
be
some
honest.
Christian
Dude, what did you watch?
content.
I don't know.
Was 3-2-1? Oh, was that? I don't even know.
I watched
That was.
Teletubbies and
Hold on.
Bob the
Teletubbies
Builder.
was good. Remember that?
Bob the Builder is still
Oh
fire,
man,
That holds
I
up.
love me some.
Are they
Bob
still
the
making Bob the
Builder.
Builder?
I have no idea.
All I remember.
Hold on, keep going.
Ad.
There's an ad.
Yeah, there's an ad. Sorry.
Paid ad.
I'm about. Okay, here we go.
You know what makes me so mad?
Let's sing a little song with
That's 3, 2, 1. Dude, this
You're gonna
this
get
is a
copyrighted.
great segue into my next question. Kevin. He said Kevin.
Dude, my childhood was
Sigil, Midgel.
not this
Oh,
cool.
that plane. He kind of scared me. They all kind of scared me.
Kevin was my boy, bro. I loved Kevin.
Kevin was just getting us used to like.
Getting us used to the grilled cheese.
He's making them at night. What are some of the most fire theme songs to shows? I have
Community.
several.
Community's a
is
bop.
up there.
You can't. I mean, The Office.
The Office is
Yeah,
The
The
Office
Office.
goes
You
hard.
guys aren't digging
That
deep
one
enough.
rocks,
Remember
I know.
Inside
Scooby-Doo?
Job?
Remember What's New Scooby-Doo?
Okay, okay,
that-
Coming after you.
Like the
You're
punk
gonna
version, though.
fight-
I wasn't
Yeah,
allowed to
yeah,
watch
yeah,
that.
That one is so good.
Oh, really? You weren't allowed to watch Scooby-Doo?
Well, I asked Jono to play that at summer camp because we were playing all this music, and he played the wrong one. He didn't do the punk version, so
the
it was just
punk
like,
one's fire.
the punk one's so good.
Do you guys also remember the Backyardigans?
Yeah,
That was one of the
Wait, how did-
coolest
oh,
theme
how'd it
songs
go?
ever. It said, "Your backyard friends, the backyard."
I remember
Tyrone,
I re-
Shaniqua.
I remember Ed and Eddie's a little bit.
Shaniqua, I
Like just in
forgot
the
I
vague
wasn't allowed to
back
watch Ed, Ed and Eddie. I don't think.
No.
I don't think.
Look-
Batman,
back
the
on it.
animated series.
Yes. Wait, what was the other one?
good stuff.
The other Batman one.
The
where-
futuristic one.
No. Oh, I think
There's like a
I am
future
thinking of
one.
the animated series.
Oh, you're thinking
Just the Batman.
a different Batman one?
Just the Batman.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
The old one is what I was.
The one
talking
where it
about,
shows like all his
the lightning.
villains, and like Bane like hits his arm and he gets huge during like the song.
What? Which
Oh,
one?
I don't know what that one is.
That was the best one because you have the Batman one, just like the
Dude,
future.
Batman cartoons
Yeah.
were supreme.
But then there was another
Yeah.
one where
even the movies, all the animated Batman movies are super
Yeah.
good too.
That's true.
All Batman content is good.
Daredevil,
Honestly, yeah.
Arcane.
That's actually a really
Those
good.
are all
Arcane.
really
Did you
good.
see they're doing Arcane season 2? I don't know how I want to feel about it, but
The
I
animated
remember
show?
the first one hit so hard.
Bro, there's a documentary about it on
Really?
YouTube, and it is so good. Have you seen Arcane?
No.
You should watch
What
it.
is
You'd
It's
love
good.
it.
It's good. It's good.
It's about.
You wouldn't like it.
It's like it's based off of video game characters, but it is super.
Is it
good.
actually?
It's
Oh,
very
am
very
I an
dramatic,
idiot?
very like I don't know how to describe
It's
it.
animated. It's like what
Yeah.
style of art is it? Is that like
It's like that's the
3D?
cool
It's
thing. is
it's
like
the,
its
they
own thing.
pioneered it. It's the
Oh.
it's the 2D mixed with 3D type of
Oh,
stuff. So it's
sick.
kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Spider
But the
Verse,
story's
but
really
a
good,
little
too.
bit different.
Okay.
And it's like a more. It's
Oh,
not like,
I think
it's
I'm
not like an
picturing it
adult
now.
cartoon, but
Yeah.
it's like a more like intense themes. Like
Did you grow up watching like any anime? Like, did you watch Avatar: The Last Airbender
Yeah,
growing up?
that's
and
like a
stuff
classic.
that? I
But
feel
that
like
doesn't
every-
count. That doesn't count. Like
Jeez, Louise, what was that?
I'll get to it. After we
He said, "I'll put that
He's- I'll
death
get there.
scream on the back burner."
no, that one was good, but I don't feel like that's anime. Like when I
It's
tell
not,
people that
yeah, no.
they're like insulted that I counted that
but
as
it's
anime.
still fire.
Yeah.
It's still really good. None of the
It is great.
None of the real live movies of those.
Oh my
Of the
gosh.
Avatar
Did
are
you
any
watch
good.
the Netflix version?
I didn't watch the
No.
newest one, but I watched the one
Was it
that
bad?
M Night
Dude,
Shyamalan.
I
did.
watched it because I watched it with
Not
friends.
good.
'cause,
you
like,
would have
we-
thought that they like learned their lesson.
I watched it with friends, and it was like just so bad, dude.
I heard
The
that
acting and everything was just
the show you're
Yeah,
talking
not
about.
great.
You know who Drew Gooden is?
No.
He's the Vine road work ahead. I sure hope it does.
Yeah.
No, he's that. Okay, he's that guy. But
Oh, I didn't think it was
he has a YouTube channel, and generally he just roasts things.
Yeah.
But he broke down the Avatar Netflix show, and basically he was explaining that like you took out like the conflict part of storytelling, and basically like they're rushing it, and like it's not a good show.
What conflict did they take out?
I can't remember. It's been a while.
They
since
probably just take
no,
out
it's
like
just
the long
none
process.
of the characters like actually butt heads. Like they're all just like must do the thing to save the
Yeah.
world. And like in the original show, like everyone has different like motivations, and they're all like pulling towards different directions. And you're like, oh,
It's a
it's
really
like actually
deep
such
show.
good writing for like
It's
a
a
kid's
really
show,
good,
man.
really good show.
crazy.
I always mispronounce it. Zuku?
Zuka.
No, it's not Zuka.
Zoku.
Zoku.
Zuko.
Zuko.
Wait, what was that one?
Zuko.
Zuko.
That's that one.
That's what I
Is
said.
that
Okay,
not-
I'm
no,
sorry.
No, he
Zuka.
said
You said
Zuka.
Zuka. You said kombucha Zuka. Whatever the heck.
Kombucha Zuko.
But anyway, that's like one of the coolest animated villains ever because his arc is
Dude is fire.
Dude,
Irish.
his,
Literally.
oh,
Okay.
Why did you drink it like that? Why did you?
This is gonna be the most used camera right there.
Why did you feel? Why did you feel the need to drink it like that?
What did you do?
There's nothing in it either. It's like
Oh my god.
that's really silly. Little stuff like that makes me laugh.
Okay, so there
hold
was
that one
this dude with a satellite dish in his backyard in the United States, and he was just. What do you?
I love your
I'm
stories.
listening to you. I'm just still laughing at his. Go ahead.
Wait. Hold on. Before I talk
You
about
made a
this.
sad note about you did this. You looked at me. You did this.
No, that's because you were talking about the new M Night Shyamalan movie, Trap.
I could listen to Carter's
No, I wasn't. I was talking.
Guys, stop having side
sorry.
conversations.
I moved the mic
I'm sorry.
away.
I'm sorry.
I just-
No, it doesn't matter. I can still hear you.
God, bro. I wasn't talking about the new M. Shyamalan. Oh my goodness, that was actually an accident. I was not talking about that. I was talking about the Avatar movie that he helped produce. But that new M. Night Shyamalan movie looks really good. The one with Makovich.
It looks good,
McAvoy.
but I've heard it's bad.
Oh, it's already out.
Oh yeah, it came out like last week.
That's the one with the guy who was in Split, right? The main dude in First Class.
What?
What are you?
No, you're talking. No, there's this one Trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the serial killer who's at like a concert and he's trying to evade the police the whole time.
Yeah.
Looked super good. It's just bad though, I guess.
I feel like that's
We're on
M. Night
different pages.
Shyamalan's-
Also, speaking of bad movies,
Wow.
the Borderlands movie
Yeah.
apparently got 0% on the critic score.
Whoa.
It's not even out yet.
Oh, is that the one with
Everybody's just
Kevin
like-
Hart?
Yeah.
Dude,
What?
hot take, unpopular opinion, Kevin Hart sucks
That's
and
not
is not
unpopular.
funny.
Whoa.
I think he's bro. Kevin Hart, get at me. I do not like him. He's not very funny at
Why
all.
don't you like him?
I don't know.
Just not funny?
I don't think he's funny at all. No.
I didn't see any advertising for that movie, and then it looked like they were gonna like push it really hard because like the actual game was so good.
Yeah, the game's good. I thought the movie looked fun. I thought it gave off like Guardians of the Galaxy vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I guess it sucks.
Guess not.
Nobody watched it.
Disappointment.
I saw the trailer when I went to see Twisters. So
You saw
I
Twisters.
saw the
Yeah,
trailer
dude.
Are you like
when I saw.
Are you still
Wolverine.
you have a thing for?
you still straight? You
What's
still,
his name?
You still straight?
yeah, but I do want a Ram truck though now.
Oh, nice.
Dude, it's like a Ram truck commercial with tornadoes in it. That's what it is. Because like even like the bad guys have nice new Ram trucks that are all like decked out, and then the good guy, I think they're bad guy, good guy. He has like an old Ram truck that looks like like America, like
Yeah.
country.
Is there good guys and bad guys in there? I thought it was
No,
just people
it's-
versus
it feels like
tornado.
it.
Tornado man.
Yeah. What?
There is like
No, it's like the evil corporation that's like trying to buy everybody's property, but then there's
Buy
still
all the
like good
tornadoes.
people in it.
they're trying to buy up the tornadoes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, basically.
It did kind of make me want to storm chase a little bit because
Yeah.
I know if you I'm terrified of tornadoes almost more than anything else.
Right.
But I know that if you follow a storm from the
From the west.
west generally. You trying to order something right now?
No, I was not. I was looking up another SpongeBob soundboard thing. Continue.
Mark Bone did a documentary on it. But as long as
Yeah.
you follow a storm from the west, generally you're safe because the tornado goes the other direction. So part of me, after I watched it, I'm like, man, I kind of want to chase some tornadoes now.
Yeah.
But then they also in the movie
Next
make a big
podcast
deal.
idea: storm chasing.
In the movie, they make a big deal about the storm chasers who are doing it for the social media thing.
Yeah.
And I looked it up afterwards. Apparently, it's a legit problem. So I'm like, that would be me. I would be doing it with like cameras and stuff. I'd just be making more of an issue.
So you watched it. Did you guys watch it?
No.
Okay, because like I love the depiction of YouTubers. Like it was like definitely Hollywood's version of like, what do YouTubers do? And then they were always just like, every scene it would cut to with them. They were like, and here's Charlie, he's on the camera. And then it would like, yeah. And then that was all. And it just repeat. It was like different characters saying, and there's that person, they're doing that thing. And it's like, that's not, I just love it. It's
Not
like such a Hollywood version of
was
what
so
YouTube
Hollywood.
looks like. So that's funny.
It was a good summer blockbuster. I'll give it that.
It was fun.
I felt like it
liked it.
couldn't. I saw it alone, which is probably why I'm thinking about it this way. But I'm like, they can't decide if they're going to be like taking the science seriously or not. Because like they're very scientific the whole time about like how tornadoes start and like all
Right.
this sort of thing. Part of the subplot is they're trying to figure out how to like kill tornadoes
Yeah.
with science.
Yeah, I didn't
but then
know.
they're also driving trucks into the middle of a tornado and setting off fireworks and then flying like these little drones around the tornadoes that like is kind of cool. But like it's like a foam drone. You're
Yeah,
not gonna
that
you're not
made
gonna
no sense.
fly that anywhere near a tornado. You're gonna have no control.
It would be gone.
I flew my drone through fireworks on the 4th of July.
that's pretty cool.
That was a pretty fun experience. Yeah. My boss wanted me to crash it. I started flying it through as it was going off, and then the obstacle avoidance system came on, and it paused in the middle of it and couldn't decide where to go.
Oh.
So it was just like doing this, and fireworks were exploding all around. And I was like, get out.
You should show that footage to a World War II vet.
Jeez, bro. He starts.
So unhinged.
He would go into a seizure, dude.
That's so sorry.
It's the funniest thing you've ever said. I like that a lot.
Oh man.
Um,
So it's basically my favorite movie.
okay, somebody else throw something out from there.
What are some of the worst like trends that we found on social media in the last like couple years? Have you guys seen this?
iPods.
Have you seen the? Have you seen
That was the best
Demure
one.
thing? iPods.
the what?
Tide-
iPod.
iPod.
Tide
Pods.
Pods.
Yeah.
Mm,
What'd you say?
gross. Do you guys have you seen the demure trend?
Oh, the mewing.
No, demure. You know what I'm talking about? Where she said they say very demure, very. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You guys
sorry, dude.
suck, bro.
Is it like an audio thing? Can you play it for us?
Yeah, find one for
What
us.
about that? Like one ice cream. One ice cream.
Oh yeah, where they're in front of the
The
camera and they're
girl?
like, "Oh, thank you for the hot dog." Yum yum yum. That one. I hate that stupid stuff. Have you guys not seen a
You know what that is?
No.
I love it.
So it's these like girls who go on like a live stream,
Yeah.
and then you can like buy these like tokens, like you like pay like a couple cents or whatever, and then it makes them like do a thing.
Oh.
So for an hour straight, she's just reacting to people buying them. So she's like, hot dog, yum yum yum, hot dog, yum yum yum, one ice cream,
And they
yum
make
yum yum.
good money
Oh
doing it,
yeah,
too, somehow.
oh yeah, hot dog, yum yum yum. Oh yeah.
I don't know
Such
how-
a weird way to make
Yeah.
money.
I hate that for
I
her.
couldn't do that for like an hour straight.
Yeah.
Imagine that
So
being like
bad.
your daughter and just watching. Like that's what I.
Yeah.
That's my
Oh, no.
offspring, dude. That's
Yeah.
so disappointing. Very disappointing.
Dude.
Jared, what's your business idea?
Okay, here's the thing. Business ideas. I wanted to.
He's been waiting this.
I had this on my list last time.
That you supposedly had,
liar.
No, I
but
did.
you didn't have.
Bro.
Look, I did. Okay. Here's the thing. Business idea. I wanted the Shark Tank music on, but it's fine.
Dum,
He's
Soundboard
looking
guy.
at
dum,
Carlos,
You look
just-
it up.
Just
Just
continue.
get it,
Just
yeah.
go. Just go. Just go.
Okay, so there's no way to like that I've ever found to porta.
I'm already
Start
not
that over.
investing in.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm out. No, hear me
I'm
out.
sorry,
Okay.
I'm out.
Here's the thing. So coffee, you want good premium coffee like everywhere you go, but having portable, like a portable coffee station is just like impossible to find. I'm talking. You need you need hot water. You need beans. You need a grinder.
You need to do the pressure, dude. This is a pressure test.
I don't think they play the music on the
need
show
beans.
while they're pitching
You
it.
need-
Can you imagine if they did?
If they did though, you need like what else
hold
do
on.
you need? A filter.
I give you a break.
Well, like whatever you're gonna make the coffee in, and then so if you get all those things and you make them small and portable, they're just all different shapes and sizes, and none of them like work together as like a kit. So I want like a coffee kit that is fully portable, that's battery powered, that can heat the water and do all the things and grind the coffee. That's it.
Is it like one unit? Like you just like put the beans in the top, press the button, grounds it, puts it in water all
That's
the way down.
interesting. I
That's
like
actually
that.
a great
they have
idea.
those, but like they have to plug into the wall.
This would be a wild version of Shark Tank where the sharks just
You come up with
expand
a-
on the
You
idea.
know what?
They're like,
I'm gonna take this.
Wait, what if it did this? Oh, that'd be really cool. You want to do it? Yeah, let's do it.
And then they just
do,
take it.
do you have patents for this yet?
Yeah, no. But anyway, I think you could sell those on Amazon like all day.
That's valid.
Yeah.
No, that's a good
So-
idea.
Especially for campers. Like
Yeah.
that's a really good camping solution.
Like for the ultralight people that are like, but I want premium coffee. That's it, man.
And then if you market it at campers, you could create an add-on that is a solar charger for it.
Right.
So you make more money.
Because you got the battery. You have to have a battery of some sort to
Yep.
heat the water.
Like a
so-
water bottle just like this tall.
Well, you could do like a gas stove, I guess, but then it's like you could attach it to your camp
Well, that's
stove.
a lot
keep
though.
hearing
There's
that.
a
It is.
fire hazard.
I just imagine it as a kit that like at least can go into a small container that's
Yeah.
like, compact. Yeah, that's it.
yeah. Okay. So it could come off into like different
That's a.
pieces.
I think that's a good idea. You should tell Dustin or the embassy guy or
We
whatever.
should sell it at Second and Main.
You should.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
You should
Hey,
work
guys.
on this, bro.
Okay.
All four of us have this idea.
By
so
the
we
next
can all-
podcast, I'll have a prototype
I want a, piece,
right
I want
here.
a piece of it. I played the Shark Tank music, so
That's
I
true.
want a piece of.
We're verbally
however much you
copywriting this.
make. Yeah.
Nobody can
Oh
steal
yeah.
it.
Nobody steal this.
Somebody's gonna go to Dustin first.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, Dustin, I have this idea.
All right,
it
so-
also might exist. I
sorry.
did not Google
I'm
it.
trying to turn it off. I'm not trying to turn it off.
Wait, do it for Sam. Sam has
Yeah,
it.
I got a business idea.
Do it again. Do it
Give
again.
me the music.
I have one after
Okay,
you.
just continue.
Hold on. Play the music into your mic.
All right.
Now we have Sam Loving, a 22-year-old from Granger, Indiana. He is sharing a
a product that I have.
for 50% of equity and $5 million investment.
55 million. That's good.
Okay, Sam.
Cut it.
Yeah, cut it.
Wait,
cut it.
you haven't entered yet.
Cut.
He just walked in the doors. He just walked in the doors
Boom.
and introduce you. Go.
What's up, judges?
Yikes.
I'm out.
Rough start. For that reason,
Today,
I'm out.
I would like to offer you a stake in my company.
What's
It's
your
called
idea?
the Sustenance Pill. You remember those little toys when you were a kid that came in like the little pills, like the little foamy thing, and then you filled your sink up with water and you stuck it in it. And
Oh,
it
I would just
grew?
eat those.
Yeah. So that's what this product is actually. So I'm making this pill that you can eat. And it's packed full of nutrients and vitamins and everything that you would need for a week's worth of energy sources to be able to operate on a normal basis. But
You talking about those little dinosaur things?
yeah,
That,
but
like-
it's a pill.
You guys never ate one of those?
I'm
on
just saying the
accident?
concept is the same. So what happens is you take the pill, and as your stomach acid digests it, it also starts expanding in your stomach. But the rate of expansion matches the speed of digestion, to where you don't feel hungry, but you don't need to eat because your stomach is continuously feeding off of this very compact pill that is slowly expanding.
Right.
So
It's
boom.
a great idea, but is it ever possible?
You give like a bottle of it to like soldiers, and they have like 2 months worth of food right there, and they don't feel hungry because the pill is expanding. So
It's
it
like
tells
the
your
Lord of the
stomach
Rings
sensors.
lamness bread.
So does it actually have the nutrients in it?
Yeah.
Or is it just tricking your stomach into thinking it's full?
It's tricking your stomach into thinking it's satisfied, but it's also packed full of like vitamins, nutrients, probiotics,
But
other food.
It's going to
Other
need
food.
So, okay.
Yeah.
If you were
Okay.
to give a bottle of these to like soldiers, if it doesn't have, it can have the nutrients, like it can have vitamins, but if it doesn't have calories,
you need
then
to-
they're
They don't
going
have
to.
calories. We'll put calories in it.
Okay, that's where it's going to get
Wait,
tricky.
so we can just
you're gonna
put
have to
whatever we
figure
want in
out.
there?
I think so.
You got to figure out how to compact
Yeah.
the calories down.
Grams of protein. We'll put grams of protein in there.
I feel like this would have been done if it was possible.
I'm sorry. I'm out.
Have you field tested it?
No.
Have
keep
you
going.
produced
Field
any
tested it.
Have you
What? I feel like to field test it, you have to eat one of
gotta-
those dinosaur things
I gotta
just to see
say
how
like
you
this.
feel.
Ah, did it die?
It did again. It's
How
okay.
long?
Keep going. No, I think we're good.
We're good because I'm talking here. Because I'm in charge.
The attention is on me.
Have you
I am the
made
captain
any
now.
of them? Okay, so just an idea.
Yeah, but I feel like it makes sense.
Does make sense.
I don't know if it does.
Because
So
think
much.
about it. Yeah, no, we have like a slowly expanding compound that's like a foam or something like that. But
should
inside of that is it.
Make some test versions of it, and we can all,
Okay.
or we can. I don't know.
My dad got a freeze dryer, and it's basically that's what it does.
I don't know if that'll
It like shrinks down the food, and then it's like light and airy, and then
Yeah.
you can
Wait,
eat
and then
it.
you mix it with like the powder stuff that gets activated,
Yeah.
and then you compress it down so that way you can expand over the course of like 3 days or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Okay, I'm in.
I'll just piggyback. I got nothing to invest.
I already picked Jared.
I can be your advertisement.
He went with me. Okay,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
you're not in on this
I
deal.
didn't mean to, dude.
I like the idea. I
Sorry.
just feel like they would have done it if it was possible.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
but
true.
that's probably what
Maybe
Steve
they are
Jobs
doing
said. I bet
Steve
you.
Jobs did it.
I
though.
bet you Jeff Bezos said that about.
true.
You know, like
Okay. If you
Yeah.
get with some chemists, dude, my upstairs neighbor, he's usually loud, but this is like another level. Okay, I have one.
he's running around.
I have one.
He's
You gonna
cleaning
play the
up his
music?
house.
business idea. Yeah, get this, dude. You gotta be on top of this.
Okay, wait. I need
You're
somebody's
gonna-
phone. I need somebody's phone.
Not mine.
Don't throw it out the window.
Okay.
Do you need a better case?
That guy did.
Today we have a young entrepreneur from Granger, Mishawaka. His name is Carter. He's got a mustache and
Yeah,
a
he
business idea that will knock your socks off. Today he's asking $50 for
feel
a
like it's-
70% stake in his company. Will the judges bite or will they devour?
Swim away.
That was really good.
Then you gotta cut it.
It's a
Boom,
process.
boom. I like that last bit though. It's like
Yeah, I feel like I had to end on a boom, boom.
Oh, hi, sharks. Sorry, I was distracted. I was on my phone. You know, sometimes you're just like hanging out by yourself And next thing you know, you've spent 30 minutes scrolling Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and you don't even remember how you got there. It's muscle memory. You just pull your phone out of your pocket, you open it up, you hit the app, it's all muscle memory, you don't even think about it. Today, I want to give you that time you wasted back. And I'm going to do it through App Shuffle. App Shuffle is a new app that takes control of your home screen. Yeah. You can set it for hourly, daily, weekly, or monthly shuffles where I set it on a schedule and it will shuffle the physical location of your apps on your home screen. So next time you pull out your phone to open Instagram, you can't find it. And then you have a couple of seconds to think, and you realize, I don't need to do this. You put the phone down and you go love your spouse.
What if I just get in the habit of like swiping down and searching the apps?
I love how your invention is just a major inconvenience.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it might
Sometimes we need
kill
to be
some stuff.
inconvenienced.
Yeah, especially with.
If I get unalived by,
So what if I like am trying to like?
it's because YouTube killed me.
See, I invested in a previous company that was like very similar to this. It was called The Brick. Have you seen it?
No, is this
I didn't invest in it, but it's a real thing.
Really? What does it do?
Yeah, it's a little box that you set in your house, and you have to put it in a different room from where you're like working.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, you can go over there and you tap your phone to it, and it locks your phone.
Oh, so you have
And
to
then
tap
you
it to
leave the
unlock it?
room, and then like so in order to unlock any of those apps, you'd have to like walk over to the other room. So it's an inconvenience, but all you have to do.
Explain it again. What? Explain it again.
It's called The Brick. It's like a
I'm
little.
sorry.
It's a little box.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's a little box that you tap your phone to, and it locks all your apps, like all the
I see what you're saying.
unessential ones.
Okay.
It's basically
the confusion
screen
was,
time.
I thought you were saying you were putting your phone in a box and then walking away. My fault.
We could just
They
like
also have
do
that,
that.
but-
Go to Walmart, buy a box for $2.
I get
and
this
just-
ad constantly for this thing, so I don't know what that means. But it's so that's The Brick. But you just need one that's called the Shuffle box,
Yeah, it's
or just the Shuffle, and then you do the same
What if
thing.
it's like a major
where-
emergency and you need one of those apps and you just can't unlock it?
Well, you could
because it's
set
a-
like in the
Yeah,
app
you
like
set
which
it all up.
apps
Don't
not
get
to
moved.
move. So
Like,
like
not
your phone doesn't
emergency,
get
yeah.
moved. But I mean, plus even if it's an emergency and you need to like, I could do an emergency phone call on Sam's right now just
it
by
now.
holding
No,
the
no,
thing.
no, 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 no.
Here we go. Here, catch. Thanks-
Hello, you
thank
were on the
for
Back to the Roots podcast. What is your emergency?
Can you imagine? You just call 911. Hello, what's your emergency? What's your emergency?
You ever seen the one where you ever seen the videos where they call like Domino's and then Pizza Hut and they put it next to each other? What if we did that with
Two 911
911?
The best thing is if they were in the same room
like
and they
sit
just
next to
looked
each other?
across from each other.
Dave? Pete? Hey man, what's up?
That'd be crazy.
That'd be super
Straight
fun. I
to
like the
jail.
idea though. It's a good one.
Thank you.
I'd do it. I'd buy it. I'd invest, but I would need 150% of your company.
150.
Yeah, so you'd have to pay me 50%
Wait, what do
of
you-
whatever I make off of your product for the rest of your life, and I'll give you $700 for it.
Valid.
You've been hanging out with the Niles entrepreneurs too much. You got to
It's
stop
true.
working at Second and Main.
There you go.
Okay.
Way to
That's,
roast Second and Main, bro.
I'm not roasting.
My
I'm just
literal
saying
livelihood.
that's
No,
where those
just
business people live.
kidding. No kidding, bro.
You're getting it done.
Business. You can
Business.
spat it out of your mouth any other
Wait, I
way.
have a list.
Business. Oh, we haven't
Unless
even
somebody else
tapped
has something.
Jared's list yet.
No. We got breakdancing.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
that's
okay,
it. And business idea. We're doing.
Yeah.
We're
I have a
doing
great.
great.
Wait,
guys.
do you have a dog? No, you don't have a dog.
Actually,
Do
this
you have a
kind of
dog?
goes with like what you were
I don't
saying
wanna ask my-
about your business
Keep
idea.
going.
I think that Instagram should cost us something to
Why would
use
you
it.
say that? No.
Not like cost like money. Okay.
Oh.
Well, in a roundabout way, it would
It's
be money.
costing us stuff.
But you would buy a product. So they'd send you a camera, like a Polaroid type camera with like a backdrop. And so what you do is you take pictures in your life with a Polaroid camera, right? And it's like branded Instagram and all this stuff. Or you make your own app, that's this. They send you the camera. You take the pictures. Bro's yawning. He said, I'm out. You take the photos. You have the backdrop. So it's just like with your phone, you take the picture of the Polaroid. So every single picture on the social media platforms,
It's wait.
You take the picture.
every single picture on the social media platform would cost something. Like you actually have to buy the film.
But it would
for
be it would be a picture of a picture.
with the backdrop.
right. So
Yeah.
okay. The
Hold on,
backdrop, was
I'm
confusing.
lost. I'm lost on the backdrop.
Don't worry about the backdrop. I was just
Okay.
thinking that it's consistent, but you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, I
You
get
could
it. So
just
like they
have-
send you like a mat
We
that
can
you would
workshop
like take
this.
a picture of the picture of on.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You'd put the Polaroid picture on like this backdrop that
Yeah.
they send you. Take a picture of it, so that way it matches across
everyone's photos like has the
I
same
just think it's
backdrop.
a bad idea. I'm sorry.
Okay, look.
What? I don't understand. What?
Picture like film photography.
Picture
Like you've
this.
done film
You
photography
take
and stuff, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, a little bit just for funsies.
So like that's fun because like it takes some amount of work and it's like
Yeah.
separate
Okay.
from like your normal life with your phone and all that stuff. So what I was trying to do is like combine the two and say like, how do you have a social media that takes some sort of physical element to it, which I thought would be cool. But yeah, I was too complex with all the different parts. But I thought it'd be cool.
I actually low key like that all the government officials are trying to get like Instagram and social media banned until you're a certain age and like get rid of phones in schools. Like they're
that's
pushing.
They're doing that in Asia, aren't they? Somewhere. I
Maybe.
don't remember if it's China.
I know they're pushing for that hard right now, and I feel like we're gonna look back in 50 years and be like, wow, remember that 20-year period when we invented like the internet and had no regulations around it really, and like we gave it to kids. Like, what if like remember when like kids drank wine for breakfast back in the medieval times? Like,
Bro, let's go back.
like I feel like it's gonna be like that.
Yeah, that's actually crazy.
I don't know. I'm interested because like on
we
one
have
hand,
we have the proof that it's
on
so
one
bad.
hand, regulating it would help people's health, but on the other hand, I don't think something like that necessarily should be regulated. Like in America, I think most things, if they're not hurting other people, should be legal.
Okay, but that doesn't that argument doesn't hold up
In what way?
because like social media does hurt people a ton.
It does,
Like
but it
look
hurts.
at like suicide
it
rates.
hurts you. It's your decision.
So is drinking.
It's not a regulation issue. It's a self-control issue.
Yeah,
Like, we don't
Yeah,
have-
I could say that then with like cocaine.
Yeah,
like
100%.
that's not a regulation issue. It's just I just need to have better self
But
control.
that's more extreme because most people are smart enough to be like, they see all the bad stuff that's happened from cocaine over the last number of decades, and they know that. They don't know that about social media, or they do know it and they just ignore it because it's
'Cause
even
it's
more
subtle.
addictive.
It's subtle
It is
and
subtle,
it's
that's
being
fair.
produced by people who are geniuses to get you addicted without you even realizing it. So I feel like maybe it's even more dangerous than the cocaine.
The problem is, okay, the problem for me doesn't lie in banning social media until a certain age. I could get on board with that. The problem for me is if you ban social media, then that's a slippery slope because it drops the bar of what gets banned, and then they can just start banning more and more stuff for the same reason. And next thing you know, it's kind of like the whole
Right.
seatbelt thing back a number of years ago when they were like first outlawing seatbelts or even outlawing
Drinking and driving,
smoking
too.
cigarettes.
He means
But people die.
Bring it back.
Like you can bring back drinking and driving. There's been, anyways. But the point is like there's certain decisions that only really hurt you directly if you make those decisions. And I feel like once you start legalizing, or what's the word for it? Legislating. Once you start legislating those things, stuff just gets messy.
But isn't social media the whole fact that it isn't just you? Like it's a social experiment.
Yes, but like if you stopped being on social media, it wouldn't hurt people. If you're on social media, it doesn't necessarily hurt people.
Does it?
I think it damages. I think it's just
because
it
people
hurts yourself.
who
hurts
are
you.
who are like
Yeah.
these young girls who they're comparing themselves to that they are then
But
like,
they're choosing to
getting
follow
super
those people.
depressed.
Like, I think you're right though.
Yeah, I know, but
some
that's the
form of
same with-
regulation would be good because people
Yeah.
aren't smart enough to know.
yeah.
yeah.
It's just like wait until you're 18. I feel like that would be valid for social media.
I feel
Not
like
18.
I think
a lot more.
25. I think 25
For social media.
because
Holy
18
moly.
18
That's
Then
when
your
you're
brain's
full-
once
still
you're
like-
just getting
25,
started.
once you're 25, you're like you're working a job, you might be married, you got the important life stuff going on. You're a lot less likely to pour a ton of time into something like that.
Could you? I wonder the success rates of like people's business and like I wonder how much the world would change just by not having social media till you're 25.
Yeah.
I bet people would be a lot more like motivated for things.
Well, that would be a
That'd be
huge
kind of
like
cool.
mark.
I'm
Like,
kind of for this.
yeah, I mean, if we like cancel TikTok, like how they're talking about, that's like a multi-billion-dollar business that would
I
just
mean,
be gone.
Think of the brain rot that we all have. Like, you ever seen like influencers? Just I don't know. It's
One ice cream, one ice cream, hot
one
dog,
ice
yum yum
cream.
yum.
very
Yeah.
demure. Very.
That's
demure.
exactly it.
Very cute.
That's really interesting. Like
Yeah.
for kids, I think that it makes sense because you should pull that back. But also, that's like a majority of where they're getting all their traffic and all these things from. Like,
But only like the last like 10 years.
right? But I mean, it would blow me away that they would actually get that stuff passed.
Yeah.
You know, because it would just destroy.
I don't think it's
It wouldn't
possible
destroy
now.
their businesses, but
Yeah. Because even if like we left like some social media platforms like LinkedIn, because that's for growth, then LinkedIn would just adapt and change to like the new TikTok.
Oh yeah,
so
you
it's like we're never going to be able to
ban
get
like
back.
one. Oh yeah, that's interesting.
I don't think it's like ever going to be able to get back to that.
It's like when they tried
at some
to
point.
like stop TikTok from happening
Yeah.
in the United States.
I
It was
forgot
like,
about
nah.
that.
Yeah. Anyway.
I wish that had happened.
I was actually I was reading something where they're saying like a lot of people's definition of good is like you can do whatever you want as long as it doesn't harm other people.
But if it's self-harm too, or I mean, it harms yourself too, does it make it morally, is it less bad if it's only harming yourself, or is it just equally as bad but it's for yourself? Does it make it more bad, depending on what it is?
I feel like there's ways that you could regulate it. Like I've heard Joe Rogan talk about like marijuana, and even I think he's even pitched like cocaine should be legal, because the problem is people are getting it from super sketchy sources that like lace it with stuff that ends up killing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people are doing cocaine and they're dying from like this other stuff that's
But
getting put in it.
OxyContin's pretty safe.
So, well, the point is, I don't really know what drugs is drugs, but
Drugs is drugs, kid. Don't do them.
but you like, I think that sort of makes sense. Like people are gonna do it if they want to do it, and so if they're gonna do it, they should do it safely. So maybe there's a way that you could regulate social media.
I think that's the same way as like guns too. Like if
people
guns
are gonna get
complete-
guns
right.
if they want guns.
They're either gonna get it from someone on the street or from a professional, and like from an actual like go through the process correctly.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know.
interesting.
It's hard because it's like all of this that we're talking about. Like you're not gonna be able to change it because it's already too big of a monster.
Yep. We just got to live with it now.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just get my guns and cocaine from the guy on the street, like a bum.
In Niles,
I bet.
the same guy who's putting keys in people's brains.
Yeah.
Have you seen that lady since?
Yeah, any updates?
Yeah, I see. Oh yeah, I see those characters at least. I'll probably like realistic like 2 or 3 times a week.
Wow.
Just walking around.
Did she ask you for keys?
No, I don't remember. She did come in and do something weird. She was really sweaty. She's always sweaty.
Did I don't think I told you guys last time, but one of my favorite stories that I forgot about and I was thinking about because we were talking about like working at a coffee shop and homeless people coming in. There was this one lady and she had like this, I forget, it was like an artichoke or like a piece of broccoli or something. I don't remember. It was like some vegetable, like a raw vegetable, and she was she was just walking around with it. She like walked in and I'm just like at the counter, like kind of like, hey, welcome. And then she's just like kind of looks around the room and then just like takes it and kind of just touches things with it. I'm like, I think you're like cursing this place right now. I don't know what's happening.
Oh my
And then she walked out. So she was like the same. She came in a lot. So
My
yeah,
coworker,
dude, that was crazy.
She was touching the artichoke on things.
Yeah. I was like, but it didn't look like a blessing. Like it wasn't. It was not positive. Whatever it was.
Was she like mumbling under her breath?
Yeah. Yeah. She
Artichoke,
was.
artichoke, artichoke. Something weird.
one ice cream.
It's crazy.
My coworker cursed his best friend for
told
like
me
a
about
year,
this.
and they had to buy anti-curse from witches online.
What? What?
Yeah,
I think
What is that?
I think that you told this story in one of the podcasts we
about to say
did
this
that got
sounds-
deleted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
this is
think
the
you
one we
did.
did here because
Yeah.
I heard. I remember this.
Yeah.
You should
Tell
tell
me,
it.
'cause
So
I
it was
did
like
not
it
hear
was
it.
like my coworker's first day, and we're like, tell us some like stories or stuff. He's like, yeah, like I put a curse on my best friend one time on accident, like something I found online. He had really bad luck for a year. He had like this super solid relationship that like crashed and burned, and he like had all these other things happen, like lost his job and stuff. And then I found some witches online, and I was talking to them. And they like gave me a counter curse, and that actually helped. And now he's doing pretty well. So
Huh?
it's like, wow, we gotta stay on good terms with this guy.
How did he
Yeah.
curse him accidentally? How did he?
Yeah. How'd it
He
go?
just
Can you
like bought
say?
a curse on the internet.
What is that? What do you mean by?
Like
how do you
eBay.
buy a curse? Like,
It's
is it, like, come
probably
in a
like
jar, or
it's
do you
probably
just
like
get,
buying
the
magic
trans-
tricks online, where it's like it's probably like
It tells you what the curse is.
yeah, like
How
you
to.
have to read the curse probably, but you have
Yeah.
to buy it to read it
Yeah.
because
Wow.
there's like it's real stuff, bro.
That's
Curses be real.
crazy.
Curses be cursing.
Yeah.
It's actually interesting bouncing back to the whole media thing because this was the last thing on my list. So I was watching the podcast Colin and Samir.
Yeah, I love their
Yep.
stuff.
Great stuff.
Yeah.
They do a lot of stuff about like
Content creators.
content creating, and like they'll like do podcast interviews with like Mr. Beast and people like that, and talk about why they're so successful. They did an episode where they were talking about is YouTube now a competitor of Netflix? And they were talking about a bunch of different things, but something that they talked about was YouTube is actually sort of taking the place of like weekly sitcoms, weekly TV shows that we used to get on TV.
Yep.
And Netflix is no longer doing that because they're releasing everything in a binge format.
Yeah.
So what they're talking about by that is like when it was just TV and cable, like when The Office started out in like 2004,
Yeah.
everybody would watch the one episode that came out every week. It was like a community thing. You'd get together with your friends, or if nothing else, you just watch it separate and then you'd talk about it like over the next couple of days and you'd wait until the next one. And it was this communal thing that you all had in common, which the Olympics sort of taps into because everybody is watching the Olympics. Although now you got like the 4 split screen where you can
That's
watch
too
4
much
things
for me.
and it's too much.
Yeah.
But like back in the day, everybody would just watch NBC and whatever was on NBC, it's
Yeah.
like, this is what we're all watching. This is the event. So everybody would be like obsessed with like Michael Phelps, you know, getting his 8 gold medals, or Shaun White getting his 8 gold medals,
Interesting.
or whatever. And Netflix could be tapping into that. And they used to, because they used to release shows, you know, like not all at once.
Yeah.
But now it's like they'll just like The Bear, well, like granted that's Hulu, but like they'll just drop a season all at once and you binge it, and it's not this community thing anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas YouTube, they're doing like, depending on the channel, like Good Mythical Morning, Rhett and Link, they do an episode every day. Or these other podcasts, they do a weekly episode every Friday, and everybody knows. And you factor, you build your schedule around it, whether or not you realize it. And it becomes, they talk about it being your third place. So like your first place is like your home,
Yeah,
second place is your work. Everybody needs a third place. And now like people are making like these podcasts and like YouTube channels their third place, and it's a weekly thing and they build their schedule around it. So all in all, like YouTube could actually steal a lot from Hulu, Netflix, all this sort of stuff.
I watch YouTube more than any other platform at all.
100%.
I saw this interview with some writers too. Like anyone working in like that Netflix like production realm, like writers are having a super hard time because they only get gigs for like some part of the year for 8
right.
episodes. You know, like that's it. Even though the episodes are like an hour long.
And you're signed onto that show or whatever.
Yeah, whereas like back then, like you were writing for like what, 12 episodes a year or something that were like 52 episodes a year, you know?
Yeah.
Like so writers had like so much more, as now and like people like freelancing like PAs or like DPs and stuff like that, like their work is so much more sparse too, because it's at like blocks of like just 8 episodes instead of like 25 or 12
Interesting.
episodes a season.
Well, and Netflix is like the new cinema, honestly. Like
Yeah.
I feel like going to the movies is now like its own novelty. It's still going to the movies, but now Netflix is like where you actually watch a lot of the movies that come out. And I wonder if like that's kind of because that happened around COVID, like when they switched from like episodic sort of formatting to dump it all at once, and then YouTube kind of took the show there. So that's really interesting. It's like
I feel
everything's
like
kind of shifting.
movie theaters is almost turning into a hassle eventually. You know, HBO Max, you can stream movies that are in the theaters on HBO Max now.
It's
It's like so very very select. Like they did
Like
it
a
with-
live stream?
Only
No,
certain-
you can just rent it from on HBO unless I'm
It's like a
unless
guy
I
with
might be
Facebook
wrong.
Live.
It's just a wobbly phone. They
can
did it with
subscribe.
Mad Max Furiosa, I think was the most recent one, which was
oh,
a great
Furiosa
movie.
was so good.
Oh my goodness,
Very
it was
good.
so good.
But like Peacock has the Bike Riders on it, and that was in theaters like a month ago.
It's
Well,
just
I
so
just watched
quick.
the Apes movie, and that was like just
Yeah.
in theaters.
Yeah,
It's no longer streaming platforms. Watching movies is no longer about just watching the movie. It's about where you want to watch it.
Yeah.
Because going to a theater,
Yeah, right.
that's novelty. You sit in a chair, you get popcorn. It's legit. You go with your friends, go on a date.
but like, isn't it so much nicer just at your house?
No,
Like,
Not
you're-
necessarily.
I would always
different
rather do movie
vibes.
theater.
Different vibes.
Depends on the
Sometimes
theater.
It does.
there are some
love
movies.
it.
Yeah.
There are some movies where like
Deadpool,
if,
Deadpool and Wolverine, prime example of something you have to go to the movies to see.
seen that yet.
Because because the whole row I was in was all nerds, and they would like stand up and like clap whenever cool stuff would happen. Like that is fun.
see,
like,
I
that's
didn't
fun.
even get that, and I enjoyed it though.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
but that no, like, can you imagine watching like Endgame not in a theater.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Like it was
I hate that.
Bro, I remember that was peak Marvel movie.
that was
Man, I
that
miss
was
stuff.
peak for me. That was peak cinema experience.
That was fun.
Yeah.
My kids,
Electric.
My kids have to watch the Infinity Saga.
Yeah.
But then that's it.
Yeah. You
After,
stop
after Thanos dies, like
No
no
more.
more Marvel.
No more. They probably won't want to because by the time you have kids and they're old enough, they're going to be like MCU is going to be such brain rot.
Yeah.
They're just gonna be like, I don't want to watch
Yeah,
these.
but you get to
Wait,
show
these
the
used to be good,
OGs.
but they're not
Yeah,
going to believe
yeah.
you.
Kinda true.
Think about your
Down, make 'em
dad,
watch
like-
it.
Just trap them down.
Let's
Like,
watch a John Wayne movie. It's like, no.
John Wayne.
That's different.
it's different.
John Wayne's good. It's just old movies, and they take a long time to get to the point.
But that's what our kids are going to feel like with Marvel movies.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Make them watch it.
They'll be used to like the TikTok version.
Dude, you're
They'll be like, oh, that was a great movie.
Oh, that's a great. That's,
fast.
Attention
what if
spans
they
are
What
gonna
if they come out with that? Like they give you like clip notes for
Smash
movies,
cut.
and in like 5 minutes you can watch an entire
like a
movie.
smash
It's just
cut
like
of
little
it.
snippets, all the important
be
parts.
horrible.
That sounds horrible, but we might get there, bro. We're on the road there already.
Yeah, that does. That sounds terrible.
Oh, I hope not.
Did anybody else have anything else from their lists?
Wait, what were you
Yeah.
saying about the chopper or something? Oh,
Dang it! That was more of an icebreaker that I forgot to.
Oh.
I forgot to say. I'll save that
I was
for my.
really excited about that
I'll save
one.
that for my closing question. That'll be the last question we ask, and we'll close with that.
Cool.
Did anybody else have anything?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I just
Ranking
value
the
you
best
guys a lot.
smells of different markers and in-depth analysis of the
That's
scents
why. Yeah, wait, I
want that
from various marker
I
brands
thought you were gonna
and
bring
colors.
a bunch of markers.
Are you
I thought about
serious?
that.
Say it again.
Did you actually have that on your list?
Yeah.
Did you not read it? Yeah, dude, it was on there. Do it. Read it again.
The yellow one was my favorite.
ranking the best smells of different markers and in-depth analysis of the scents from various marker brands and colors.
Yes.
You know that's how you
I
get
have mine.
high,
Yes.
right?
He
Yeah.
said yes. I know.
I
dude,
think
it sounds like were-
when you
guys-
start
you're-
regulating markers.
Did you ever sniff paint and
I
stuff
will say
too?
there was a black like highlighter or a black marker that I used at Life Action. It was in the office, and whenever I used it, it smelled like Dr. Pepper, like cherry Dr. Pepper, and it smelled really good. I never sniffed it, but whenever I would use it, I'd
You
smell.
never
It was like,
sniffed
You
it.
just
I never
described the
sniffed it.
exact smell.
He
and
said
said,
it
I never
smelled-
sniffed
it was
but it
strong.
smelled like
Crazy.
that.
It was strong.
Here's what I'm thinking though. Like, I feel like
It's a old
The
school
king-
Christian drug.
the
Sniffing
King
markers.
Sharpies are like the cocaine of the world. Like of like the marker world. It's like just
Sam,
saying.
do you have like a favorite?
No, I don't.
marker?
Yes, he does.
No, I don't.
How do you just randomly think
thought
about
of
that?
Were you
Yeah.
just sniffing
What's your?
markers
Do you,
earlier?
oh, you don't have like one that you remember sniffing like more than normal.
I mean, like the fruity ones are always pretty good.
What do you
guys
mean the
ever-
fruity ones?
Like the fruity ones,
Like
like,
the
the ones that
purple
they make
ones.
smell like food that you like
Yeah.
really
They
want
make
to
markers that smell like
Yeah,
Yeah,
food.
I
terrible
remember there
idea.
was like a strawberry one. I was like,
I wonder if those taste. You guys ever eat crayons? Me neither.
Nah,
I used to eat Play-Doh too.
we should do that. We should do that on the next one.
dude,
We
my
should do
mom would make
crayons.
homemade Play-Doh, and it was like the saltiest thing ever.
Yeah, yeah,
And
don't
then
eat
you
that.
would
Wait,
get
what?
it. Yeah,
Your mom would make homemade Play-Doh and you would eat it?
Wait, my mom did
Was it
that.
edible? Was it edible?
yeah,
It
just
was.
like salt and stuff. But whenever she made it like burning hot, and you're like trying to play with it as a kid, and your hands are like getting like burns on them, and then you gotta let it sit for a little bit.
I did that.
My
too.
mom never
Yeah.
made me Play-Doh.
That's
Me
really
neither. I was
funny.
kind of upset.
But it
about
smelled
that.
like nasty.
But it wouldn't.
Yeah.
It wouldn't last though.
It would be on your hands.
Because I think the
forever.
thing that makes Play-Doh replayable is all the chemicals. So when you take those out and it's just like dough and food coloring,
Keep
then
chemicals
it dries
in the Play-Doh,
I
bro.
think it was dough though. It was like I don't know what it was. Something.
No, it's basically it's like cornmeal or something.
out. Okay, here's my final question.
I got 2 more points, but I
Oh,
don't
keep
need
going.
to do
No,
them.
no, keep going, keep going.
Okay.
Is it about markers?
No, but they're more like serious, so it's not as fun. This one is the practicality of practicing podcasting, real life and communication skills for the current and future digital society.
Can you break that down?
So, because people would be like, oh, like podcasting, like you're just like being dumb and talking, which we are, but I think there's a level to where it makes you, oh my gosh, you guys suck.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
Wait, what did you do?
They're playing pool again on their phones. No, but I think like, what if like for a class we had podcasting? Because like, remember when you used to sit at a table and write each other letters? No one's
Oh,
doing
yeah.
that anymore. But what's like popping is personalities, being able to talk well on camera. And like, that is your skill. Like people who are good at like behind camera stuff, like that's not going to make you special or wanted. People who are really good at being in front of a camera have a really good disposition and like a personality that they can put forward is what's going to help them in that realm. So what if people did podcasting or like practice becoming better talking in front of cameras and stuff like that?
That's
I'd like to be
fair.
better talking in front of cameras.
Yeah.
I feel like doing this is a lot of fun. I feel like we're all developing.
Like, what if you
Yeah.
did this as a class?
growing.
That'd be so
We
cool.
are growing.
It'd be cool.
I like that.
I do think though that you would need to, like, it would still be desirable to learn about the behind the camera stuff
Yeah.
because if everybody's spending their time developing how to be good in front of the camera but not learning how to do behind the camera, then you're going to get a bunch of like actors but nobody to shoot the movie.
Yeah.
So you need to fill the other thing. But I also feel like that's kind of like podcasting is a little bit different depending, like this kind of podcast is just conversational.
Yeah.
And it's easy for us because we all talk really easily together. But like if you sit down with somebody who you don't know or something like that, you have to
Yeah.
know
Like
how to be
interviewing, I guess
conversational.
interviewing,
You have to
yeah.
know
Be specific to that.
how to ask good questions and then how to listen. And those two skills are huge that
It's
do not
like
really
art,
get
I
developed.
believe. Yeah.
And like that's what the future is going to be. Like the future is going to be more and more video style content. So we should be teaching that in classes almost just as much as like
It's
writing
fair.
and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they do like speech classes and those type of things. Like,
Yeah.
why wouldn't it be an interview style class? Like, I mean, I'm sure they have that with some degrees
Yeah.
that you would learn that.
That'd
But
be fun.
I don't know.
I kind of one
I'd
of my
do it.
dream jobs is to have my own school and like do like really cool stuff like this and finally do it right and fix all the issues that hurt me. in
Doesn't
my-
your
Dang, that'd be awesome.
doesn't
college
doesn't one of
counselor.
your sisters do like this special kind of schooling?
what type?
It's like
Schooling?
she has like it's like a small co-op but in her house.
Yes.
The one who's
I
married to
think so.
Johnny.
Yes.
Yeah.
She doesn't do it anymore, but she did.
Okay.
It was just like, it was like a group of like homeschoolers who would like come over and like she would like tutor all those kids at once. And then my
that's
other
cool.
sister did the same thing. But
Interesting.
I would open
Have
like
you
a
seen-
practical school.
Have you seen? So Jordan Peterson just like launched his Peterson Academy.
I love Jordan Peterson.
You do?
Continue.
Okay, see, here's the thing. He launched this academy, and he basically is like trying to become the first like fully online school that actually gives you like a real degree, right? So it's not just like the online course that you pay whatever for, but it kind of is that. But he brings professors from like all over the world, like these top-notch people that like he really respects, and then they teach a class. And it's very fascinating, and then I think you can get an actual degree out of it. It's
That's
like-
cool.
So I'm like wondering if that's the next stage of like
Yeah.
how we educate, because I mean you look at like Ray-Ban has a PhD in cultural studies and breakdance. It's like, what does that mean? You know, like
Yeah.
what I think at this level, there's so many degrees out there, and you don't really need them for most jobs. Like a lot of people, as a graphic designer, I don't think I needed my job for what I'm doing right now, or I didn't need my school for what I'm doing right now. It was helpful to learn the skills, but I think I could have done that with an online course or a
think-
couple different ones, you know, if they were compiled in the right spot.
You can go ahead.
No, you go. I feel like I'm going to be more unhinged.
I was gonna say, I think that there's an Asian country where they're giving people like grants to go back and get a secondary degree because they're like realizing how like things are changing. It's like a degree that you got in the 90s isn't applicable anymore, so you can
Yeah.
go back and get that.
Well, what if we're talking
I
about
love
banning
a generic
social
Asian
media
country.
till a certain age? What if you banned college till a certain age? What if you couldn't go to college till you were 30?
Brilliant.
Or like get $50,000 loans.
Yeah. So you could go to college, but only if you actually had the money on hand.
Yeah, so then
yeah.
only rich people go to college,
Yeah,
and
that's
then that
right.
just helps
Well,
society
here's
all around.
well the idea though.
Got to work at McDonald's.
The idea
Or
though
if you have money.
behind that is if you delay that big decision, because you got people like I'm now 27 and I'm actually over the last couple of years actually thought like I could go back to school for this or this because I actually enjoy these things.
Yeah.
I had no idea
What
what,
would
I
that
was
be? What would
doing when
that
I
be?
was 18.
What would it be?
I could see myself going back for psychology, and I could also see myself. I'd probably try this first journalism, especially after watching like Civil War and seeing like the journalistic photography thing. I'm like, that would be sick. Like doing stuff, also archaeology on there too.
If you want to talk nerdy about cameras again, I watched a really cool interview with the DP,
Okay, cool.
but we can save it for later.
We
if
can
you
save
want.
that for later, so that
I
Carter
would
doesn't
go back
snooze.
for
I
physical
know. I
therapy.
started reaching for my SpongeBob
That would be
soundboard.
cool.
Physical
this-
therapy is what I would do.
Yeah.
Oh
that
yeah,
is
for
sweet.
sure. I could see you doing
There's
that.
this one Army veteran who's starting his own school for like middle school, but it's like all across the U.S. and it's like it's kind of like co-ops almost, but it's like all the classroom stuff is like problem solving and like they mix ages so that way like you have like peer influence, and like these older kids can also work with like younger kids and help them. And it's all about like no standardized testing, and like kids are like making the decisions, and like the instructor is just there to like kind of facilitate it. But it's really cool what he's doing, and he's like super patriotic and like all about like family structure and stuff like that. And so there's like all these like little schools popping up.
You guys both did the in unison.
That's
You
neat.
should cut it next to each other.
Just like the camera just
No, I like that. That's cool.
Okay, here's the final question. If the four of us were a chopper crew in Vietnam, what music are we blasting from the chopper?
Bro. Right now, the first song that came to my head whenever you said that is a song called, I think it's called Supreme Ruler by Kublai Khan. It's perfect. None of you guys would know it. You don't have to play it right now.
If we play it, it's gonna get flagged and stuff's gonna happen. But
Yeah, I
I
feel like
like
we
gonna
played a
listen.
lot of
this
we played a lot
probably
of
got like
music.
a
what's it called?
Kublai Khan is the band,
Spelling that.
and the band is, and the song is Supreme Ruler.
Yeah, Kublai Khan TX.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god.
Okay, okay, we're gonna put like 3 seconds of it just to get a vibe for it.
Gotta.
Part this place. What do you hope to leave? Who's gonna carry your body, your legacy, your dynasty?
All right. Listen.
The word Khan in the English language translates to carry.
Oh my gosh,
that's
dude.
it.
That's insane.
It makes my hands sweat, dude. I get so excited when I hear that stuff.
That would be
I want to see him
electric.
jumping out of a helicopter like that.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Dude,
I literally feel like I'm on Adderall whenever I hear songs like that. It gives me
I'm-
I've never done Adderall.
saving that song.
Dude,
Okay,
that's legit.
Who else? I feel like that's tough to top.
It makes me so excited.
I don't know if I have a better one, dude. That's sick.
My initial thought was I've gotten into Greta Van Fleet lately. I feel like they just have some
Yeah.
really good,
Yeah.
like rock and roll stuff.
The long
I like that
notes that he
vibe.
does, he goes, like that. That's what Greta Van
is
Fleet
what I
is,
would
right?
do.
He does the really long.
It'd be in slow motion.
Everything else is happening in normal speed, and we're just we're in slow motion.
Dude, I love it.
The
I
helicopter.
like that a lot.
I actually like the idea of cutting to Carter's song first, we're all there, and then it like zooms in on Sam's face, and then cuts to that music, and Sam's just like,
And it cuts back out. Just,
and cuts back out, and it's like that music.
Either that or Pumped Up Kicks.
Ooh, that would be good.
Seems like a good
it's a
massacre
little
song.
too.
I mean, we could do
What the heck is that?
the Bluey theme song.
I thought it was like what I like about you. Dun, dun, dun,
That'd be
dun.
good too. Okay. Well, we could do like you could do
Yeah.
is it Rockstar by Smash Mouth?
Oh,
All Star.
Somebody
All-Star, yeah.
once told
That's
me.
great.
Or you could just okay. There's 2 troll routes you could do. You could do Shut Up and Dance on loop permanently.
Ew.
Can you imagine being like the terrorists and you just start hearing that coming over? It's just cursed.
And everyone starts crying. They're coming.
It's just cursed. Or you could just blast Billie Eilish because it doesn't match at all.
no.
No, that's actually kind of cool. You know the song where she does what? When I'm away, happier than ever. That's the one.
Oh,
That'd be a slow motion moment too.
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Good slow motion stuff.
This is great.
I don't have
dude.
anything better than those.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's great.
Maybe something from Phantom of the Opera.
Dude, Happy Pharrell Williams.
Oh, bro, you're picking the
It's gross. You're just like naming like wedding songs.
No.
Yeah, this is literally my wedding
Okay,
playlist.
you go
Just
one of
kidding.
2 routes when you answer this question.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go
yeah.
super serious and like
Or I
adrenaline,
like the troll. I like
or
your
troll.
Yeah, I like
And
that.
Happy would be such a troll.
I like where you're going with it. I'm trying to think of some. I'm like,
Or some like Silk Sonic stuff.
Silk Sonic.
Yeah, like Anderson .Paak and Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Girls just want to have fun.
the door open.
some by Taylor Swift, maybe.
Yeah.
Dude,
No,
Shake it
I don't know.
I would crash
Shake
that.
it
That's actually fun.
as you're blowing off somebody's legs.
Yeah.
Can't shake no
Fall
more.
back. I don't know who does it, but
But wait, like Imagine Dragons, Thunder.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one.
Oh, I hate Imagine Dragons so much, bro.
Why do you hate Imagine Dragons? Because this is actually
I don't know, dude.
people
I
just hate on them, and I don't really. It's like
I don't. They're
Nickelback
not a
hate.
bad band, and I used to like them. I have the same. It's not a hate. It's just
all their songs are kind of the same.
All the songs
They
are
are.
kind of the same. I feel like I feel like you ever heard the term coworker music?
No.
You ever heard?
Yeah,
Do you know what I'm saying?
No, but I definitely know what that
Like
is.
there's always that one coworker that always listens to only the TikTok songs, all
Sure.
loves Disney, like you know what I mean. It's all the stuff that it just is radio music is what it reminds me of.
Interesting.
Same
Yeah.
with like 21 Pilots.
No,
I
that
think
makes
too. Same with like.
I thought you liked 21
Yeah, I
Pilots.
thought you were like.
I used to love
21 Pilots, each
We-
album, they have like 2 songs that are their radio songs. And I hate those because they
yeah.
play those all the time. But all their other stuff is really good.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, that's like Imagine Dragons. I haven't like
Yeah.
listened to them in a long time, but like that song is like a
They
vibe.
did a song for
and,
Arcane.
and there's
That
a
song
I think
so
there's a
much.
couple of them that like even though they were radio songs, like somehow they just like stick out in my
Yeah.
brain. It's like I can rock with that.
the animated show we were talking about, they did the intro song for that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
You'd recognize it if you heard it.
You know
Okay.
what we should do next time? We should do a deep, like, if we want to talk about something that is really, like, how you guys talked about.
I think that's one of our
cameras and
problems with this
stuff.
podcast is there's no specialty topic.
But that's not, I don't think that's a problem. I think we all can like jump back and I think that's
True.
exciting.
Yeah.
But we should look up like our favorite music videos and stuff like that. Cause like on YouTube, what I was going to say earlier
that's-
is I'll sit like if Rose is working and I'm home alone, like I don't usually watch like a show or a movie. I'll watch a podcast or I'll watch live streams of concerts or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or like
Dude.
music festivals, specifically like hardcore though.
I got 2
Which is a
live
subgenre of
concerts
metal.
you need to watch.
I have a few that you can watch. We can
Okay.
do tradesies.
Okay.
But next time we can all bring our own videos, and then you can do like little snippets like in the back. That'd be kind of fun. I don't know.
Fred again,
Okay.
the NPR Tiny Desk.
We're just planning
So
our
good. And then
Isn't Fred again like
yeah.
EDM?
Yeah, but not this concert. This concert was like
on
acoustic
Tiny
EDM.
Desk?
It was
That would be very
so good.
interesting. Tiny Desk is super
So good.
cool.
And then hold on.
What a
hold on.
great idea for dude. Mac Miller is amazing on Tiny Desk. Tyler the Creator did Tiny Desk. There's a band called Idols who did a Tiny Desk concert, and it's amazing.
Gumbo.
It's a British. I think they're British.
by PJ Morton. That live
You said
album.
Gummo?
Gumbo.
Takashi?
No, Gumbo by PJ Morton is also such a good live album.
Did you guys listen to Childish Gambino's new album?
No, is it good?
There's a couple really good songs.
I don't think I even knew he came out.
Some of it's kind of crazy. The only reason I found out about it was from an Instagram ad.
I saw something like that too. Yeah.
I'm gonna play you the one song afterwards because it's pretty decent. But
Okay.
anyways,
Okay.
are we good?
I think we're good. Nothing else to get off my chest.
Okay.
We did a lot
Thank
of
you
stuff.
guys for joining us for another episode of Back to the Roots. We'll see you again next time. Make sure you leave a like and a comment, especially if you like this foursome of us.
Nope.
Doing this.
This camera.
I'm
This
not-
camera.
Tell
Tell
him
him what you got going on.
Let's go. Alrighty. He just got engaged. He's, we're all out here.
I'm actually leaving for Europe in a month and a half.
Leaving for Europe.
We haven't
we
even
didn't
talked
talk
about
about
that. Yeah.
Bro, you said that last time.
Hit like, subscribe. My nipple.
See you on the next one.
That was a beautiful train wreck of a conversation.
It's the Back to the Roots podcast.